I'd say it's even loud enough to hear this week.
I don't know, it still needs to be louder.
Well, then press
If
that
it's not
button.
deafening, then
Are you happy now? Did that even do anything?
can't tell the difference.
Well, okay, but this seems like a you problem. I'm fine. Actually, do you want to hear a secret? These earphones seem to have broken. I can't hear anything right now. I put the earphone in for show.
Are you planning to go without hearing anything all the time?
Yes? I don't see why I shouldn't. I also don't see why I should take the earphone out, because as it is, it's easier to keep it, you know, in my ear than it is to not. So overall, I see this as a net gain.
Right. Should we get started?
Yes. Can you slide that way? I know this room is at an angle, but you do tend to find yourself much further left than you should be. Okay. Also, if anything ever comes up where an audio cue is important, you're gonna have to tell me, because as said, I cannot hear. That's why I'm relying purely on you. Okay, we were in the museum, you were right. I bet there's some nice stuff that I could get if I unlock these.
I mean, I think most of them are just props. There's probably only a couple of things that are actually worth it.
I could steal from his wardrobe. Oh, there's so many reasons why this guy shouldn't live. But anyway, we'll hear you out, Silas.
Do you have one of
Well,
the laser fragments?
Wait, why the fuck are there so many options? Should I just say I have all the pieces?
All at once. You're efficient.
Who the hell would bring them all individually? Like, who would go get one and then come back?
They are all
All
over
the
those.
pieces of Mehrunes' razor are in my hand.
It's time to let you in on something. There's a fourth piece, the scabbard in the display case, built House the Razor, and there's more. I know how to put them together, we just need to...
We just need to take them to Dagon's shrine.
What?
Contact the Lord
Take them to the...
directly.
and contact... hold on, sir. Hold on, we're done with this conversation real quick.
Wrong potion?
Shit. Does
But-
this mean I don't have a cure disease?
It does look like it, doesn't it?
Oh no.
No,
Do
no,
I have
you're
the
in a settlement.
ingredients?
There's probably a shrine, alright?
You don't
Oh, no, it's one there, actually.
Where?
History? Fine. I'll
Where?
get the shrine.
No. On your list. There was one on the list.
What do you mean on my list?
Stop. Open your... On the list of potions, I'm pretty sure I saw one. Potion of Guild Disease.
Oh.
There you are. You've got like 5. There you are. Done. Cool. Now go and talk to him quickly before you're on that room.
Well, hopefully I'll catch him. He
Yeah.
can't have gone far. Surely. Surely not. Surely he couldn't have gone far.
Well, you have successfully given the pieces of the razor to a cultist who has then walked off as you had a minor crisis about possible vampirism.
Well, I think the vampirism crisis was pretty relevant. Meet him at the shrine of Mehrunes. Okay, well he needed to go to a location for it, and that location seems to be...
Over there. At the top.
Oh, yeah, I see the arrow now. I mean, that's not too far away. I suppose there's no harm in doing that.
Where are we otherwise aiming to go next?
I'm not entirely sure.
Because it might not be that way.
The
But we're going to go
lexicon-
back to him.
he was
the
up...
opposite direction, over there.
That's further away. Or is it? Oh, we seem to be about midway, actually.
Yeah.
I'd say let's go do this.
Okay.
You know, it's not as if he's going to do
What harm
anything
can
without
that
me.
blade really do?
Exactly. What harm could a guy called Silas Vesui... I'm sure he's not actually a cultist. Wanting terrible things. Also, where is Quintus?
He's in Wundam for the south.
Okay, I think the plan was to go up there and then go around, wasn't it then?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
In which case, we're doing a wonderful job. We're right on track. This way, Serana. Off into the wintry wilderness, as it were. I'll whip out my horse when it's time. A good bandit raid. Is he saying that because there is one, or just because he wants one?
You want one?
Who would want a bandit raid?
The guard is bored, apparently.
Well, even then, I don't think if I'm bored I ever want a bandit raid.
It does seem a little bit necessary, doesn't it?
Hmm. I feel like there are better ways to occupy yourself when bored. Right, should I whip out my horse?
Yeah, but right now seems to be walking as the crow does.
Well, I like to walk as the crow does. Also, speak louder as the crow does. Please. Don't worry about it. Okay, conjuration. Oh, we already had it prepped.
Yep.
Nice. Huh, well I heard that through the headphones. That was weird.
Yeah, probably mostly working.
No, I thought that was to run faster. I was wrong. What's the go faster button? That?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, good. Because me and Arvak need to be on our way.
Yeah, although your route is interesting.
It's a fine route. My horse can swim.
Uh-huh.
So everything's just going to be okay. This could partially be, actually, it's just occurred to me, because my original announcement said 8:50, and then I added a correction, but I didn't add notification scored in the correction, so it's very possible.
Well, if the viewers are late, that's on them.
But as soon as I go live, there should be a notification.
Oh.
So, also, see, this is what you get for checking viewers anxiously, like a nervous
Well, anxiously,
little man.
it's just telling me to be louder, and they're like, couldn't see anybody, so I was
Well,
like,
you
what's the
shouldn't-
point?
you
Also,
should
what's going
still-
on there?
I don't know. That's fine. We'll check it out. You should always speak up to be audible. What if someone, appears and they're like, "Oh, what's going on? What does this guy have to say?" And you're just silent. Huh. See, now that's suspicious.
Well, there's a book.
There's a book? Where? Oh, I see. Also, hello, Omicron.
Ooh,
Hello.
Do you have flame cloak?
You read it on the announcement. I'm proud of you for that. I'm
I
proud.
don't think that's the spell we have.
See, you can read. It might not be. Where was it? We already know it.
Oh, well, it's worth to me, so...
But it looks like something that they maybe did and then died.
Yeah, I think they need to work on their flame cloaking.
Yeah, I mean, even I'm better than that. I'm not great. But yeah, hello Omicron. Things are going well. I was really tired until the stream started, and now I'm feeling better. Which I can only take to mean that the caffeine from the 2 Pepsis I've had today finally kicked in. Which, it's been long enough. Yeah, I am taking an odd route, aren't I?
Yeah.
That's
Although
just
it's working
occurred.
out better than I thought it would.
Well, what do you think was going to go wrong? What could have possibly gone wrong?
I thought you'd meet some sort of impassable cliff by now.
Well, no, nothing's impassable if you just believe.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever think about that? You need to be more optimistic. Look how well it's going for us. We're winning. We're succeeding. We're riding our spectral horse along the banks of a beautiful icy beach. And doesn't it just make you feel so joyful about life itself? Being chased by a snow bear. What hijinks we get into. I think my voice wasn't very more... God, I need to turn that off. So you haven't seen it because you haven't been here for a stream in a while, but Bright added a recurring bit through Nightbot where Nightbot would say, Mello doesn't think Morbius was very morbid. And it would show up every 5 minutes in Twitch chat, which, as you can imagine, was kind of stressful, actually. So I, instead of turning it off, I made it 10 minutes and I made it Bright instead of me. Which is better, don't you think? Isn't this a... Oh.
Yeah. Well, that's a big two.
Well, that'll probably come up in the plot later. Or alternatively just,
I'm willing to bet
a
that's
mission.
part of the companions stuff.
Really? Why companions?
Because the companions are named for the companions of Ysgramor.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So what is this? Have we seen this before?
No, it looks like a shrine to Talos.
To Talos? Oh, we might have seen this before then, actually.
Given its location, I'd be
Oh!
surprised.
Oh god, none of these are damage spells.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you trying to throw a horse at him?
When I mean, I suppose I was. Listen, just because I missed one...
It's kind of embarrassing from an archmage.
Shush. Yeah, I mean, this is the archmage of Winterhold. No wonder it's so fucked over there. So this is just a cage full of rats. Oh, and there was a guy. Oh, who has like a bunch of ingredients on him. And a ring, reasonably valuable. See, something about this guy.
Scroll next to him?
He doesn't even really look dead. Where? Oh. Scroll of Fury, nice. Something to sell, probably. Since we never actually used them.
That scroll looks like it went badly for him.
See, if only I saw this earlier, I could have prayed instead of taking my potion. And then I wouldn't be a vampire.
Is there anything down there?
Where?
No, like... to your left, behind you. Off the cave. Yep, behind you.
Behind me?
Yeah, is there anything...
Oh, maybe. You're excellent at giving instructions, by the way. More of these instructions.
It's interesting because that guy, Fury is a spell, I believe it makes nearby creatures that aren't...
Oh! Breathing water. For some reason I thought that was a spell book.
Yeah.
What are you saying Fury is?
Like, it looks to me like that guy had... A Fury, I believe it means that low-level enemies nearby like attack randomly.
Mm.
And he also had a calm spell scroll that's further away. So it's interesting, it looks like he was testing out some magic. You know, got some skeevers in a cage, released them to test out Fury. That worked. And then he was going to use calm to, you know, calm down to put them back in the cage.
Except the skeevers knocked the scrolls out of his hands.
But it's interesting, that's the second mage with scrolls that they couldn't use properly that we found in this area.
Yeah.
And if you look on the map, we're pretty close to college, right?
Very close.
So that would make sense.
Why? Why would it make sense?
Well, the college has got mages, I guess, so there's more...
Oh, but I mean, like, the scroll's not working.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was about, whether they're random things, but given the two of them, and given both people were names and had named items, I suspect that somewhere along the line there might be a quest of, you know, these people found scrolls and went out into the wilderness to try and, you know, test them properly.
Please go find their bodies and retrieve them.
Well, see what happened to them, etc. And then, yeah. But in which case, you've got the items, so you can complete the quest from later. Because, yeah, you can see the college if you look back.
Yeah, I mean, you can...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how impressive it looks from that angle. It almost gives me the vibe of, like, when you look at Whiterun from behind and it just looks kind of meh.
Yeah.
Oh?
Jimbaldi Gombaldi, it's time for Elder Scrolls Udi.
And
Also
also
James the Maniac's birthday.
Oh, thank goodness,
Happy
we're back to
birthday,
wishing
James
James
the
a
Maniac.
happy birthday. You know, we're actually not far off that being true. Right? Like, it's nearly your birthday, in a sense.
Yeah, about a month away.
Yeah, exactly. Every day, Corvus, you're getting more correct. Which is very impressive.
Sure you've got gifts for me, you know what you're doing for it?
I have nothing for you because you're terrible to buy for, just like me. You want for nothing, you bastard. You don't value just having lots of stuff. God, it's annoying. Material possessions mean little to you. It's infuriating. Right. I have... Why are you so eager to open it? Contains the essence of a god. See, that's concerning. Their knowledge is a passing awareness when compared to the encompassing mind of divinity. Don't ever last to touch it. It was thought to have been destroyed by the what?
Dunno.
The Nerevarine, but my lord told me otherwise. Your lord? The Daedric Prince of the Unknown, Hermaeus Mora. I thought there were no secrets left to know until I spoke to him. He has a surprise to work's will, a few murders, some dissent spread, a plague or two. A few murders? But he won't reveal how to open it. So this guy's just killed a few people?
He just openly admitted to being pretty evil.
That's a lot of stuff.
Well...
That's such a weird shadow. That's Arana?
Yeah, looks like it.
God, that's weird as hell. It happened to happen eventually. It did have to happen eventually that James would have a birthday. Also, hello Johan! Played Skyrim VR, was considerably less immersive than it usually is, just the fact that it's very warm. Yeah, which sort of goes against the vibes of Skyrim. I imagine Skyrim to be very, I don't know, autumnal, verging on wintry. I don't want to give it to him, but I do want to see what it does. Dawn blood can loose the hooks, but not alive remain to bear it. A panoply of their brethren could gather to form what the fuck's he saying? The blood of Altmer, Bosmer, Dunmer, Falmer, and Alsmer. Oh, Falmer! I hate them. Bear you hence this extractor. It will drink the fresh blood of elves. Come when its set is complete. Heart. I have to kill every kind of elf? And harvest the blood?
Seems to be what he's saying.
Oh, I don't know about that. This guy sounds like Choose Goose from Adventure Time. Oh, I should, like, the voice Corvus, because I can't currently hear most things in game.
Anything else in here to interact with or do?
I don't know, we've been here before. Fire salts, Valmond.
Oh, indeed.
Some books.
And does he say anything else?
Other than that question about why he cares.
Right.
I think this man might be a little bit mad.
And this is the only way to advance plot?
Of this bit, yeah. Not the plot of the game.
No, but was his... Oh.
Was that always there?
That's when we came in.
Oh, I can speak to the wretched abyss. That's new. You're gonna play Skyrim VR on Monday just to confuse your brain. Oh, on the hottest day in the UK? Yeah, mods to is there a Skyrim mod that sets everything on fire around you? Then it might be a bit more realistic, Johan. Just get really heavily into fire magery and then it will be realistic. What does the wretched abyss sound like? I sure love playing Prey. Oh, this is Hermaeus Mora. Who's been watching me, mortal? Okay. Charming looking fella.
He speaks very slowly.
Oh god, does he?
Yeah.
Well, does he speak for the trees? Your continuing aid to Septimus renders him increasingly obsolete. He's serving well, but his time is nearing its end. Oh no. Don't pick me. I don't want to do your work. I'm happy with things remaining unknown, I think. It's the Lovecraft Daedric god. Yeah, I'm really glad there's a... Who lives exhausted is he? I'm glad there's a Lovecraftian horror in Skyrim. I was thinking it was lacking that. Also, hello, Hop. Hello. Hello, ladies. Hello, Trash. Hi. I don't know if I want to be your emissary. Can I even say no? How come we can't hear much of the game? Oh, my right earphone is broken, so I just kind of can't hear. I'll never join you, Vile Demon. Shall not obey me here forever. Is he just gonna keep showing up and bothering me forever? Will he even let me leave? Yeah, my right earphone that I'm listening through is simply broken. It's weird actually. I can hear some things, and I can hear when we get a Twitch chat like bit notification. But I can't hear the game music or game voices. You would think that something that knows everything would have figured out we want him to speak faster. Does he know everything? Is that his bit? Well, damn. I wish I knew everything. Maybe knowing everything means that thinking is particularly hard, and he's really got to, he's really got to chew on those words.
This stuff isn't necessary for...
No, it isn't. It's just that while we were there,
do it on our travels,
we could inscribe the lexicon, I suppose. But it's not for the plot.
So this was the next bit, wasn't it?
Yes, probably. Whatever's nearby, I suppose. Don't finish work till 8, so it's food and stream time. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you couldn't finish till 8. On a pretty warm day, that's pretty bad. And James is here. Say hi, James.
Yeah, I am indeed here.
That's not hi.
Same thing.
You're never going to say hi again, are you now? Out of complete stubbornness. James will never speak the word hi. He loathes it. Yeah, it's been a while. I think it's been like a month since we played Skyrim.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been
We've
a
just
lot
been very
of
busy.
busy Saturdays, yeah. That's just sort of what it's been. You've been particularly busy. I think there's been... I think I streamed last Saturday. I've streamed on a Saturday and I streamed something by myself. And I missed Skyrim dearly. Aw, I miss those horrendous little creatures on the land. Look at them. Look how disgusting and large they are. Look how spooked they are by Arvak trying to fight them. You won't find me forever disappears at the very first instance of pushback. Exactly! If he was that determined to get me to agree to be his emissary, he should have just blocked the door. I'd have given up really quick, I can tell you that.
Oh yeah.
It would have taken me like 2 minutes of realizing that my entrance was blocked. I would have caved in that icy cave. Blubbery boys, they sure are. I couldn't remember their names, like hawkers, and I also couldn't remember the real life counterpart name. Can you remember what those things kind of are in real life?
Hmm?
The hawkers, they're modelled off of a real life creature.
Like a walrus.
A walrus, there we go. Thank you, I'm glad that you remembered that word. That was also
It did take me a moment.
Did you? I know, you answered pretty quick. Or is that why you pretended to not hear what I said?
You'll never know.
No. Although that answer means that I can make a pretty solid guess. I don't think I'm wrong. Walrus, World Wars. These just sound like Pokemon names. You give me like a water type Pokemon. Oh, you know, I think we've done this before.
You jumped off, right? We were fine.
I think we had to. It's not water below, so I think we had to use the.
No, because that was ice, but this
the
is
fall
water.
one. That's not water. Oh wait, no,
This is water.
It is water. You're right.
See?
Well, that doesn't feel right. Particularly when you don't hear a splash through your broken earphones. It's kind of...
Well, I heard Splash, and to be fair, it's a it's a magical demon horse. Like, it does what it wants.
Yeah, it does. And if it wants to jump off a cliff and into water and simply be fine, so be it. You live your dream, Arvak. Arvak, my beloved.
I think Arvak lives his nightmare, but you know.
Well, yeah, but I like to believe that he's not tortured and more happy to be running around the world for eternity under our command. I like to think that he enjoys the opportunity to explore.
Yeah, get out of it.
Morris. That's so true. Not whore I, not whore you, whore us. You seem to be struggling here.
No, not at all.
Is this another occasion of Arvak doing what Arvak wants? Did you just manage to climb out of that by
by sheer force
twisting
of
on
will,
the other
correct.
side? That was kind of impressive. So you complain about me traveling in this game by going as the crow goes, but you're kind of just as bad at it as me.
Yeah, but I'm,
Like, I will give
I'm
up
better
on
at
a
it than
cliff
you.
way
That's
before
the
you
point.
do. Okay. But it's
Oh,
not hard.
That's a bit rude.
They set fire to Arvak.
Yeah.
How did they even set fire to a horse made out of ghost bits?
Well, it was temporary fire, so I don't know.
You're gonna get a cold desert
Magic
thing
is as
and
magic
think
does, I
cold is
suppose.
hypothetical.
Hello. Right, let's see if you can fight them.
Okay, we're gonna play them off each other. I like it, I like it. Cold deserty things sound pretty good.
Somewhere back there's a standoff between some cultists, a troll and Tirana.
Can we look at it? Oh! Serana
Two trolls.
turned into a troll.
Bit mean, isn't it? Rude.
Oh, 3 trolls!
I swear there were more... Look,
There were more cultists than trolls, I could have sworn.
I swear there were more cultists and also a Serrano. What is going on here?
Oh, there are the
Hey guys,
cultists.
right, come on. Yep. Good. Come on, we can do this.
Oh, it's a 3v3 and everything, it's perfect. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on. I think, I think this could be a fun exercise.
Really? You're all gonna just pay attention to us? What did we ever do?
No, they're fighting.
Oh, it's just that the trolls...
We've done it.
Oh? Oh, excellent. Now run away, I think. Before they get distracted.
Oh shit.
No, they'll get
Where's
distracted.
Serrano up to?
She'll find her way back. No, they're pretty committed to us.
Really are the fools.
The frost trolls are committed to us, but the cultists, no, they've given up. Plot twist, they team up against you.
Hey,
That's nearly what
guys,
happened.
would you like to join
there's 3 of them
a
as
combat?
well. Let's make this a 3v3v3. A 3-for-all, one could say. A 3-a-side. Are you really gonna...
No,
I think they're actually fighting each other now. I think you should just leave that be.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the you know, the unknowable things in this world where, yes, you can get the frost trolls to fight the cultists, but you can't see it. You're not allowed to watch. You can watch that bar go down, though. And that was pretty satisfying.
Okay, guys.
What?
Excuse me, sir. I'm being chased by a wolf.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's actually pretty neat. I'm going to put you down. Could you guys hurry up about it? Oh.
Cheers, thank you.
Something about that makes me feel kind of sad. Elder Scrolls triangle strategy. Isn't that a goddamn... Isn't that like the weird looking RPG game that they... There's some ice wraiths down there. I think
they're not ice wraiths.
Oh, what are they?
They're wisps.
Oh. I nearly called them Mist Wraiths, because I've been reading more Mistborn, but yes. Elder Scrolls Tactics. Elder Scrolls... That's what Elder Scrolls 6 will be. It'll just be kiting enemies with more enemies with more enemies. It won't be a game where there is an option to fight. It will just be you on a horse rolling around trying to get other people to do your bidding. Is this the... Where is this? Oh, this is
Windhelm.
This is Windhelm.
You don't reach your destination.
Does my destination have to be so bad?
Sadly, in this case, yes.
Yeah, it's tough to take, but oh well, we'll live with it. Yeah, a cold desserty thing sounds pretty yummy right now. I had a very big and delicious dinner, unfortunately, so I don't know if I'll want anything cold and delicious anytime soon, but goddamn. Last time I streamed I was really fancying raspberry sorbet, and I didn't get it. I had the opportunity to get some and I just didn't. Instead I just had a cold after eight that was in the fridge. And it was good.
Do you want an after eight?
Not right now. At some point in my life? Yeah, of course. At some point today.
What I need is a yogurt.
Can you eat it less loudly this time? Why didn't you answer that? The question should be easy. It's just a yes, no. Where are you going? Okay, this can't be good. So there's Quintus. Quintus Navali and his file. Miss Ford do tell. Wax is hard. Wax is pretty good. I don't know. I'm finding that Wax is a great character, but I'm finding that I'm actually enjoying every other character more. Right, can you push yourself away a little bit? And can you try and eat away from the microphone?
Yeah, why don't you hear things in the meantime?
Okay, I will hear things in the meantime. Right. Oh my goodness, I put the other earphone in. It's like a whole new world just opened up. Now, where is this dude? Let's go wake him. Theoretically, he should be in his bed. Huh. Oh no, he's just stood over there. That should have been a bit more obvious. Oh, that's
actually like a serious health and safety hazard.
Yeah, guys, this is like a full board.
Like, if you walk there at the wrong angle, you can fully twist your ankle, put your leg through it, like.
Especially because you don't see it at first. That's terrible, yeah. Quintus. Quintus, I have
a decent mind for potions, but I've also learned how to craft.
Okay, I have the materials.
I'll get to work on the file straight away.
Who's Isgramor? Is that the thing you said earlier?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm getting so much lore today.
So you know the Nords of Skyrim? And how they love Skyrim and, Skyrim's for the Nords and all that jazz, right? Well, the Nords aren't actually the original natives of Skyrim.
Uh-huh.
They weren't the first people to live here. They act like it, they are, and they have become almost the natives in the sense of how long they've been there and everything else, but they weren't the original natives. The Forsworn have got, a better claim, and before then, I think the Dwemer were around before that point as well, and, Snow Elves and all that jazz. But anyway, the first of the people of the Nords arrived in Skyrim from the north, actually. And they were led by Yggdrasil, this mighty hero of old, along with 300. I think it was 300, maybe less. People who were his companions, and together they fought many famous battles and went across the world, and they founded. I believe they founded Windhelm as his city.
Oof,
I know, right? It says a bit about the guy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I was rooting for him until this.
Else. And so he's a big law figure. But the companions, the organisation that's based in Whiterun, are an organisation of warriors that basically are named for the companions of Yggdrasil.
He is gone, but thanks to you, he died.
What? He died?
Yeah, Nirelion has passed away.
Oh no, that's sad. I'm sad. Let's catch up with Twitch chat. You're not a Wayne enjoyer, really. I'm sorry, I'm enjoying... Well, I'm not enjoying Wayne more than Wax, but, you know, they're both giving something.
As am I. You acted
Wax is a dilf, so he's for you. He sure is. Whereas Wayne is a genius himbo, so he's for me.
I've always been content to simply be an alchemist.
Quintus, I think you're wonderful.
File will just remind me of Nirelion's obsession and how it consumed him. Here, keep it. You are as much a part of its legend now as Corral.
So I have the file.
You
I
do.
feel a bit bad that someone had to die for me to have it, but...
You didn't kill him.
How would you like me to allow your files possible?
What do you mean by that?
Skilled as Corral will, so I'm afraid it will only
The white file
with one type of document.
will endlessly refill with one of those abilities. Basically, if
Oh,
you can imagine a
shit.
potion, except it doesn't expire. The bottle stays, and then I think it's like every day or whatever, refills.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, healing would be pretty nice, because healing potions are the ones that I do pretty solidly get through. Okay, I'm gonna quickly catch up with Twitch chat while I think about that, while I ponder. Grab his body? I can wiggle it, you're right about that, Corvus, but I don't know if I should.
That feels massively disrespectful.
Yes, which is why we may do it. Okay, so would you rather have to try and survive a full week in the world of Skyrim, or turn into a cat girl for 1 full week every year, uwus and such included? Oh, I'd say survive a week in the world of Skyrim. Because that just seems fun. Like, I might die, but I'd sure have a fun week. Wait, Quintus, no.
I'll never have mastered Nirelion's skills potion.
Okay, I have to take him through the morning dialogue to get the offer of the vial again, so whoops. Yeah, I'd rather survive. I mean, as long as I have money and I hire a companion, I'll probably survive in Skyrim, like, okay. Actually, Skyrim doesn't seem so helpful to random vagrants who appear from another world.
I understand.
I think surviving Skyrim, for
I
sure.
think it would be more fun, more of an experience.
Yeah.
Which isn't to say I'm against being a cat girl for 1 full week
I mean,
every
you might
year,
struggle, but like, you know, it really depends where in Skyrim you appear, right? Like, if you appear, you know, in Helgen like you do for the game, you're like, you know, you're fucked, right? You just die from the dragon. But if you appear, you know, like in Whiterun, like the people there are lovely. Like you talk to a couple of people, they'll just help you by. You know, you can learn some useful skills.
Also,
so you got the white file full,
oh, it's there.
restores 100 points of health,
Oh,
and it refills after a
shit,
day
that's
when
good.
you use it. I chose health when I did my run through as well, so I'm not sure what the other potions' mechanical effects are.
They're probably quite good if it's 100 points of health.
But like any
damn, I'm
potions that
happy
are
with
like
that.
make your magic better for a while, we always forget to use the damn things.
Yeah.
Whereas healing potions is always good. Yeah, I really like the white fell. It's really good. Can we not?
He's actually very heavy.
Hey, you know, if you really want to be disrespectful, do you know any necromancy spells? Ha!
Oh, God!
He's a type of elf.
Oh, God. Well, I mean,
He's already dead. to
he's
be
already
honest.
dead. He's not going to contribute much else to the world. Wax Steris is hard. Yeah, I love Wax and I love Steris, and I hope it's endgame. I actually would rather that Marassi finds someone else. You're yourself when you get teleported to Skyrim. Hey, to be fair though, if you get teleported to Skyrim and you're at the beginning of the game, you can't die when that dragon attacks. You're immortal, you're fine. You can't die until later on. And you're
Yeah.
right, if you just end up at the right town,
I mean,
you can
you
survive.
can die. You can't. I don't think you can die from algae. You probably can actually.
I harvested some of his blood. What is... Oh, that's the key to the place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I won't loot him. I've already stolen his blood and also wiggled him around. Oh, that's an even worse hole!
Guys,
that one is fully just, I've fallen through that. I mean,
they
look.
need to fix this shit.
Look, literally look, I've fallen.
Yeah, that's appalling.
God, be careful, Serana. This could be the end for you if you fall down there. I know you're a vampire, but I know you're also not immune to,
you know,
to
I
fall
feel like
damage.
we should donate them some gold for a new floor.
Yeah, like, hey, where are you, bud? Where are you?
I have a decent mind for potions.
I've also learned how to craft. Oh, what will you do?
Carry on his tradition as best I can.
Could spend a lifetime just going over his notes.
Lifetime just going over his notes.
That's lovely. Will you run this shop?
Carry on his tradition as best I can.
Yeah, I think he just runs the shop.
I think I've probably got to leave and come back for that. Still Skyrim though. I think I'd enjoy the vibes temporarily. Yeah, I mean, as long as I could survive for a week, that would be a fun week.
Yeah, seriously, like, you know, it's a pretty dangerous place, but actually, as long as you start off in the right place, and you meet, like, the right friendly person, then, assuming you speak whatever language you speak in Skyrim, then you're fine, right?
Okay, something that does throw a wrench in these plans. Corvus says, in this hypothetical, we're going to be teleported to the top of the big mountain.
Oh, in that case, it's guaranteed death.
Yes.
Because there is literally, firstly, the conditions itself, it's shown that unless you know certain magic that can resist that storm, you will literally die of cold. And, you know, so you know, either you're stuck at the top, best case, or you just slowly freeze to death. And to be honest, for temperature at the top, you're going to freeze to death even if you don't have to go for that blizzard, right? Maybe if you meet Paarthurnax, maybe, you know, you could be okay.
You could rationalise
Like,
and you could say, hey,
friendly.
I'm from another world, can you help me down? And
yeah.
he'd say, ho ho ho, traveller, where would you like to go? And then you just say, Whiterun, and then they take you to Whiterun.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be
and
lucky,
as long as you don't bother any cultists, you're okay.
Literally, your only possible chance in that case would be to persuade Paarthurnax to deliver you somewhere safe.
Yeah.
And once you can get someone like Whiterun, that's fine, because, you know,
Yeah.
like
Well, because you're
the
not the
blacksmith in
main
Whiterun, she's
character,
really
so-
friendly, she'll teach you smithing for a week, you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not the main character of Skyrim, which means that no cultists or assassins are going to come after you.
Also, Skyrim, like, just staying alive in Skyrim, the dangers are all in the outside world. If you can stay in a town, you're probably pretty safe. And, you know, basic food and lodging is actually really cheap, you know? Like, there's random shit lying around that people
Oh,
will
you
just
could just
buy
find
for, like,
gold on
nothing.
the floor as well. You just
Yeah.
gotta open a jar.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
you know?
dead bodies. As long as you're okay looting a little bit, you're fine.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's chill.
I need joy for Marassi. I want Marassi to be happy too. I don't think Wax is the joy because I love Steris so much. Okay. So that's a thing in Whiterun. That is something
Nowhere near.
I probably don't want to do either. I don't know if I want to help a coven of cannibals feast on flesh. There's a part of me that's like, as a person, I don't. Sorry, as a character in Skyrim, I don't think Calabingus would particularly want to do that. But as a human being player that wants to see how that ends, I kind of want to feed this guy to some cannibals.
Well, here's the thing, right? You're a cat person. So, are they different species? And therefore, is it not cannibalism?
I'm sorry, I like the sentence. So, here's the thing. You're a cat person. Well, no, I wouldn't be eating them, I suppose, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I don't think anyone's
So
directly
it
forced you
just,
to engage in
It would
cannibalism.
more be like, I mean, what's
You're
the word?
facilitating other people
Yeah.
engaging in cannibalism, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't become a cannibal, you just become a...
A criminal, which is better.
But you already are a criminal, in multiple ways.
How? If you look at our stats,
You're a literal member of the Thieves Guild.
Okay, as far as I'm aware, we've never murdered anyone.
You've killed like 400 people.
Yeah, but that's killed, not murdered, so...
Uh-huh.
And, well, I swear they make a difference. I swear there's like a difference.
Yep. Carry on.
I swear it's written down
Go to the
somewhere.
crime section. Right.
Okay, see. Murders. Oh.
So yeah, you've assaulted 65 people and you've murdered 6.
Ah.
You're almost certainly a criminal.
Also, interestingly, I have 6
stolen
murders
14
and 6
items.
trespasses, which, you know, could paint a picture where every time I trespass, someone's woken up in the night and found out and I've had to, you know, panic stab them. Corpus hypothetical, be a cat girl or die.
You've never escaped from jail.
True, but we've also only been jailed once, and we... Yeah, true, how does that work? We were jailed. We were jailed for 0 days and we didn't escape. I know where
I think
it happened.
that must have been the... you're terrorist. That was it.
Yeah, it's when I was a-
another
But
thing
you
on your
see,
crimes
with
list.
my 6 murders, and they really should include terrorisms done.
Yes. You're also a member of a guild of assassins as well. Who
Okay, but
you
I've
murdered
never-
somebody on their behalf.
I've murdered 3 somebodies on their behalf.
Oh yeah, no, 4 actually, because Gretelod as well.
Oh yeah.
So you have actually.
Although the Grelod wasn't as part of being an assassin, that was because a kid said that she was a bit mean.
Oh, okay,
She
which
was
is a
right.
much better
She
reason.
was right.
Clearly.
This kid was absolutely right.
Clearly.
I'm looking forward to Bands of Morning. I already own it.
But you've done more good for Skyrim than bad, I reckon.
I agree. Like, I mean, look at this.
The amount of random people you've helped out with their problems.
Exactly. 88 miscellaneous objectives.
Yeah.
We've done less main quest stuff.
Including Fire Salts of Almond.
Those, he really needed those, and we helped. Okay, we're locating. The location of the leader's camp was detailed in the journal I discovered. Woof. Do I still have that?
That's not far away. It's just that was the one where the dragon kept endlessly attacking us, and we got. We decided to leave.
Shit. Okay. Do we want to go
Depends if you feel ready to go back there or not.
Where is it?
What's the sell it book?
What book? Okay, but where is selling things here? Where would I go?
I don't know. The shop?
Is this a shop? No, that's
the white
potions,
file.
isn't it? Oh.
There's a shop right at the other end.
Okay, let's go. You know, you didn't get James to choose being a cat girl, but you did get here's the thing. You're a cat person. Have I gone too far?
No. It's around there.
It's around here.
If it's not that one, then it's near here somewhere else.
Well, this is
That's further down, is it?
I don't know. This seems to be the way to the port.
No, there's some like.
I came in through here.
This place kind of sucks, but there are some like. There is a shop. I know the shop I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I know there's a shop. I've been in it before. You don't know where it is. Face it, you don't know where it is. What?
Oh. Well,
hey,
alright.
I've killed 6 men! Dude, we have so much in common! Here, have a gold piece. Little treat for a man of my heart. So what's this? What about that? That's not right.
Give it to me.
Fine, you can have the controller. But I don't think you deserve it. How does it feel reading shorter Sanderson books? It's kind of weird. To be honest, it feels like 3 mini novellas, which is wild considering that they're still like 300 page books, aren't they? Bands of Morning in particular is like reasonably chunky. It's tiny for a Sanderson novel. It's like,
yeah,
it's
pathetic.
That
is the. I always forget how to get to this place, but it's definitely a place that exists.
I think we accounted for this when we were doing the ranking of Skyrim cities. We were like, oh, there exists most things. It's just you can't find most of them.
Yeah, there we are. So, if we
why are you
do
on the
this
rooftops?
here, look.
Oh, you're screwed. You're gonna fall and die. When did we last save? Can you save soon?
It's one of those, isn't it?
Have some Reddit gold.
Isn't it down there?
These rooftops look very climbable, don't they?
I know, right?
It's a shame that we're struggling with that.
Shame we don't have Assassin's Creed skills.
Oh, it's been a while since we played that.
Yeah, it is.
We're still playing it though. I have it installed. Until I uninstall it from my PC, we're playing that game. Oh, it's there, right?
Yeah, this one.
God, that's so hidden away. And it's like, it's early in the morning anyway. You read a book this week called Legends and Lattes? And it's about an orc barbarian woman who gives up adventuring and taking bounties to open a coffee shop, and it's found family sapphic and just pure vibes. That sounds wonderful. That sounds just pure delightful. Also, can you move the controller underneath? There we go. Excellent.
Yes.
That sounds lovely. Is it a long book? Because that sounds, I mean, obviously I'm sure you're summarizing by a lot. But that sounds like the kind of thing that could just be a couple 100 pages. Just a little slice of life kind of thing. We're keeping that bowl. It's gorgeous. We're putting it in the house one day. Actually, I think that dome bowl would look lovely in our solitude house. So it might be a while before we get there. I'm fairly sure the current era 2 books are about the same length in total as we.
Were there certain gems and stuff that we were keeping deliberately?
No. If they're like perfect or something listed like that, then we're keeping those deliberately just in case there's a quest for them. But other than that, there should be some stuff to sell.
What? So
rubies can go. flawless rubies can't. Yeah, if it's flawless, it can't. No, they're flawless. We have to keep them.
Right. Okay. Cool. We're done.
Serana, you're not really allowed to just walk behind the shopkeep's desk. But I mean, okay. 330 pages, you read it in a day. That's not a bad read. Also, at this rate, Trash, I think you're a faster reader than I am. Because 330 pages in a day, I'd have to have, like, enough time to dedicate every hour to that. I love how he sat. Can we get a look at that? Look at that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can we talk to him?
Sure.
Also, is this guy an elf by any chance?
Yeah.
What kind of elf? A Dunmer? Can we ask to take his blood? Or do we have to kill him?
It's the other option, I'm afraid. We have to die. We'll kill him on the journey, don't worry.
That's really sad. I don't want to... I feel like that guy would be like, oh, you want some blood to open this, you know, ancient and horrifying lexicon? Okay. I just got that vibe. Little man. Look at him sit, little man. I don't know. It's more the way that, like, you know, this is a pretty old game and sometimes the animations are pretty goofy. So to see a person that's, like, capable of sitting on, like, a ledge over some steps, I find legitimately impressive.
Well, he's probably a character who never moves from that spot. And
yeah,
therefore...
but it's still nice to see, actually. What do we have highlighted? Seducer's camp? Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's just, do we want to go there or do we not?
Let's
It's
give it
also
a
not
try.
really on our way, actually.
You are right about that. Okay.
Like, aren't we going Riften way?
We are.
Oh, yeah, do you want to just hold murder him one time?
Yeah, that's back here, right? What's the best way to get to it?
No, it's in the city.
Oh, this is Windhelm. Sorry,
Yeah.
for some reason my brain thought Windhold.
Yeah.
We can go investigate a shadowy murder. Ugh. Milf Drauger. Don't back away from me like that. You know you were thinking it.
No.
No, we were all thinking it. I know we were, because I said it, because we thought it. I read it in audio and it was most of the day. Yeah, sounds like 330 pages. God, that's pretty quick, actually.
Good thing you did for the Relia.
Oh.
Before he died. Man was obsessed.
I'm glad you agree.
Fiddling with any locks around here, we're going to have a real problem.
Serana, that's such an odd way to climb. I'm gonna just ignore that, I think.
I doubt you look particularly natural climbing either.
Well, I can't see myself from the front. Oh, because when I'm walking, yeah. Hey, shut up. I'm not a thief. I saved a guy with the file. Anyway, bye. Have I ever been up here?
Yeah.
Huh, I don't really remember it. Physically reading, you're a lot faster. Your usual pace is around 100 pages every 4 hours. I suppose with an audiobook that makes sense. Obviously with physical reading I can speedrun. Oh, I have been here. Right. I've heard about these murders in the village. What's the Hot Fuzz quote about the murders?
There's many.
The murders in the village.
You mean accidents?
Oh no. The one's like good luck catching those. No luck catching those killers. There.
Yep.
That one's fun. That one's really good. Oh, whoops! I talked way over that. Examine the crime scene. Get assistance from Yorlif if I need it. Okay, well, where's the crime scene?
I'm not much of a strategist. Lord Ulfric
Okay. Looks like it's this way.
Yep.
It's just the one killer, actually. Yeah, I want to watch Hot Fuzz again. I want to watch Hot Fuzz. Not right now.
Yeah,
But
at some
like,
point, yeah. I mean, so it's always a good thing to rewatch.
it's been probably like a year since we've watched it. Maybe a little over. I wish I had like the sort of brain for quotes, the way that some people do. Because God, that's such a quotable movie.
It really is.
I wouldn't say this is the House of Curiosities, Calixto. How did you assemble this collection? Sir, we're in a graveyard.
My sister and I inherited
And these were the adventures? These?
seek out with her. As we journeyed across Tamriel,
Okay.
my sister passed away.
So we sat down here and opened the House of Curiosities. I think you should be happy to know our collections brought smiles to faces of... Sir, I'm not smiling. This area is covered in blood. I'm very not.
Indeed, I did. For a few seconds, I'll
I'm so curious about what the tour would be, considering we're
you
here.
You can go to his place
yes,
anytime.
Yes, I can.
This does appear to be a crime scene.
Okay. This sure is it.
Do you wanna look around more widely, perhaps?
Well, no, but it's telling me it's there. Suppose I can have a little look. This light looks like it was placed by the killer. This means that they couldn't have had excellent dark vision.
My father says we need to just get on with our lives.
Oh, I mean, there's a blood trail, I suppose. I wonder if that is related in any way. I'll be completely honest, this is a very conspicuous blood trail. I mean, I don't really know how they missed this. Even I saw this. Normally I miss shit like this. Though to be fair, House of Clan Cruelty. Oh. Oh, I see, there's also blood here. Get access to Skyrim. Should I go ask Yorleaf, maybe?
Might help.
I could always unlock it, but I imagine that maybe doing this the legal way is a good idea. Deeply love that film. It's a great film. I found out recently, and I'm not going to name who out of fear, but I technically met one of the actors in Hot Fuzz when I was a child in a park. There's my fun fact for the day. I won't tell you the actor, just in case, but I met one of them in a park.
Wasn't anyone too major.
Probably like 5 years old. Well, look what you've done. You've just doxed me with that. Now everyone knows that it was the third extra in the outdoor scene at the very end when they're shooting all the guns. This is miserable. You're ruining my day. Sir, I found abandoned since she was killed. I think her mother has the key. Okay, well, where's Tova? Okay, gotta find Tova. Your mum's side of the family is from the same region it's set in. Oh, wonderful! I hope that means that your mum's side of the family has the accent that lots of the cast do. I'm hoping anyway that they're trying to imitate something of the film. Wait, why? Why is there like several?
Because there's several things.
Okay, well, I'll go after this one first.
This is always the clearest quest.
It's fine. As long as I go to the marker, it can't go wrong.
Uh-huh.
Selection, you're 45 out of 75 books through your target. Let's go. Hell yeah! I mean, you're like we're about halfway through the year and you're over halfway already, so that's very impressive. I think I'm 6 books behind, which is slightly less impressive.
Not really sure what to do with myself anymore.
Just missed so much. What if I told you your daughter may be alive and may be a vampire killing people in the night?
I'm sorry. I'd rather not talk about my daughter. You'll excuse me.
Oh wait, her daughter is the one who was killed.
Don't know. Possibly.
Well, alright.
Like to investigate her house.
I'm not sure what you
Welcome to have a look. Thank you. Do I have the key then? Is she going to grab it?
Yeah, you got it.
Nice. Okay, bye. Why is the house called? Huh, I didn't realise I could bump into people and have them be annoyed about it. That's interesting. The accent is not exaggerated. Oh wow, so it's that strong, huh? It's a nice accent, actually. It's comforting. Which is odd when you consider how many of the characters in that movie are, you know, murderers with that accent. See, now this is sus as hell. Wait, they're making me investigate a crime?
Yes.
What are these? Beware the Butcher? The killer who haunts the streets of Windhelm. These calamitous times bring out the worst. Don't become the next victim. See Viola Giordano if you spot any suspicious behaviour. Oh, I forget we have. I forget we have that. Anyway. Plants coming together, I found good sources of bone, flesh and blood, and thus for good sampling of sinew and marrow. But thus far, they've escaped me. Oh god. Idiot guard showed up at the wrong moment and I had to turn about, just out for a sword roll. Okay, so Susanna might have seen something. Oh, Windhelm. So this was a Winterhold. This is an ex-magician. They don't explore the magic they know. This is quite a few things to follow.
Okay.
Is Susanna the one that died? Because it would take around half that time. It's pretty fast actually. So the 4 hours was if you were reading the 100, but with okay, that checks out. Yeah, my reading goal for this year I think is 25 books, and I'm on like 4, maybe 5. I'm hoping that through the summer I can push through. Okay, so I got a couple things from that. Might try and investigate a bit more. This place looks like it's been abandoned for a long time. I mean, I'll steal the gold from it. I like how the text pop-up is like very indignant. Umpire looks misshapen. Which one? Viola Giordano. Is there any reason to... Oh, strange amulet. I do like investigating crimes in games. See, what would happen if I put that on? Do you think?
We'll find out.
I don't know. I don't think I'm that reckless. I think I might leave it. Wait, no, Saran, I'm trying to investigate this wardrobe. Oh! Oh! God! I think this is pretty... No luck catching those killers then. Everyone and their mums are packing around here. Like who? Farmers and farmers' mum. It's a good line. Also relatively true, right? I swear like farmers in the UK actually do have access to guns.
Yeah, shotguns are pretty common.
Yep, that's horrifying. That horrifies me. So someone was down here eating goat's cheese wedges and bread, drinking wine, and performing kind of terrifying rituals. Looks like someone is using body parts towards some gruesome end. Something else here I can investigate? Saran, are you seeing this? This is pretty bad, isn't it?
I mean, I don't think it's on it. You walk past the bottles on the floor, by the way.
I walk past what?
No. Out here, bottles. There was an investigate thing there earlier. And now you move the bottle, maybe not.
I didn't mean to move it.
Yeah.
What if I try and push it back?
I think it'll work like that.
Well, I don't really see why it's rolling.
It can't be that important.
Yeah, I'm sure it isn't. Was it different bottles? Was it these ones?
It might be those, yeah. Maybe it's a smash. Is that smash glass or something?
This stuff on the floor, I have no idea what this is. It's not even really letting me.
Or the chair, or there's definitely a mark around there earlier that you walked past.
Well, I guess we'll never find out. Haven't been used, nothing but skeever droppings and cobwebs. Yummy! Great! Dishes time, good luck, good luck! Oh, I don't like how her shadow looks when she walked through there. This is a surprisingly big house. Real shame to have abandoned it. After, you know, the tragic death of a loved one. And all that jazz. God, this is a really big house. Could I buy this by any chance? Is this up for sale? In an odd fashion. Odd like I can do something about it, or?
I feel like you found the most important bits.
Well, yeah, but, you know, no stone unturned. I'm a good detective. I do my detectiving even when others would have given up. And alas, now I have given up.
Just these...
You haven't probably read a book in years? That's okay. It doesn't have to be everyone's hobby, you know? Like, there's no... I don't know. There's no book elitism. Don't worry. Books do not have to be the best hobby. If you play more video games than you read books, literally nothing wrong with that. I haven't read many books this year because I don't know, I don't think I really have a hobby that I'm more committed to than others. So, you know, I'll play video games and I'll stream, but I'll also try and read when I can in the daytime, and it just means that I sort of do less of each one. Like, I'm slow through games than some people that play them more consistently, and I'm slow through reading lots of books because of that as well.
Yep.
Those bottles are kind of just flinging themselves around, huh?
Well, we are, you know, stepping on them.
Also, Serana is as well. Like, I don't think it's entirely my fault.
Yeah, it was everything. I still want to know what this stuff is on the ground.
It might have just been marks from where stuff was, I suppose.
Maybe,
I'm
but
getting
it seems
seasick looking at this building.
Fully spread. Yeah, alright, well, we've got some stuff to work off there, I think.
Yeah, we do. I do like investigative gameplay. Like, I liked it in so in James's D&D campaign that I'm playing in, he's been very kind as to give me lots to investigate. So my character has a +10 to investigation at this point, because actually I really enjoy doing that stuff. Like, I really enjoyed, like, I made a ton of notes about what was going on in the world so I could try and ask some more questions.
Yeah, you do very well.
Thank you. I'm good at solving crimes. And I saw the linen wraps, by the way. I saw them. I just decided maybe it wasn't the time to get so excited. You know, given the murder.
I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same.
Okay, so there's a butcher.
Have you been talking to Viola Giordano?
Someone keeps taking them down.
Someone keeps taking them down.
So now that's interesting.
Ask her about it if you want an earful.
And do you know what this amulet is?
I've never seen anything like it.
Ah, we met Calixto earlier in the graveyard, funnily enough. How much do you bet that it's him doing it? Oh shit, is it him doing it? Oh my goodness, he even went back to the scene of the crime! The monster. I say let's not even investigate this any further. Let's go find him and let's kill him. Let's get him out of here.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Do you not think that's right? I think that's
I know
the
who
best
the killer
possible.
is, so I'm not going to comment. No spoilers here.
Uh-huh. Well, I saw the look in your eye when I pinned it on Calixto, so I think it's him.
Alright.
Terrible shame what happened to those women.
Uh-huh. I simply know. Prioritize reading to end up being super slow with games and TV shows. Yeah, which is fair. See, like, I know, I suppose it's just whatever hobby that you put the most energy into. James, for example, has thousands of hours in, do you have thousands of hours in Warhammer 2? No, you don't, do you?
Multiple
Hundreds?
thousands. I think, what, 80,000 in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good game.
Very good. I enjoy it, actually. I don't know how streamable it would be, like if I played this on my own.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
It has some potential. People do stream it.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, a lot of people stream it. Yeah.
Could be around any corner.
Okay.
I've been following him for months. Well, not actually following.
Trying to.
The guards won't help. The people won't help. I'm the
I'll
only
help,
one who
Viola.
thinks he can be caught. Huh? What's it say? Woundford.
Oh,
There
we
have
think
been
it's the court mage.
swirling about him for years, as long as I can remember. But he's a dangerous man. That's why they call him the living. I wouldn't approach him directly. This information needs to go straight
Okay.
to the steward.
Wait, no, I have more questions, Viola.
To you. And what happened to those other women? Yeah. Needs.
Viola, I had so many more lines of inquiry.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate you.
Well, she said what you had to say. She said, right, it must be this guy. So off you go.
Looks like that was it as well. I guess up I go. Yeah, no, I mean, it's taken away all of my other lines of inquiry.
Blowing up an entire town. Damn college.
Give us a straight answer.
A lot of the time as well, recently, I've been using cleaning as a hobby.
Folks are finding victory across the land.
I believe the killer is Woundfirth.
Quite an accusation. I assume you
Evidence
have
of
proof.
necromancy and found his
I don't
amulet.
want to believe it. Woundfirth has been
Yeah, it's his amulet, is it?
So if I'd have gone to the guy, he'd have said that, but they kind of just cut to the chase, huh? You know, technically, we haven't confirmed a piece of evidence that we've just given them.
Thank you for the streets of Windhelm are now safe.
Okay, I don't necessarily... Okay, I mean, it's completed, but...
Alright, all good then.
Yeah, suppose off we go. What other quests do we have? This is built up suddenly. I remember the other week there weren't that many.
It does that.
Where's Ramvig's Fast? That doesn't look nearby at all.
No.
In fact, that looks very far away. None of these things are really desirable.
No, I think we don't want to do any missed things. I think we need to leave the city for a start.
Yeah, I just want to... God, can you imagine? Like, the thing about the Stones of Baron's Ire, right, is that unless you know about them from the beginning of the game, surely it's... No one... Surely
They're such
no
an
one
easy thing to
starts
miss.
collecting them, yeah.
Well, it's an easy thing to miss. I mean, people... I think if you see them, even if you know nothing about them, you like to pick one up and be like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah,
Like, the game does train you to loot stuff.
It does,
But because they're hidden away on like little side tables and dungeons all over the place, it's so easy to miss one. Which means actually getting a complete set is crazy to do without you're like actively hunting for them. And even if you're actively hunting, unless you like Google a list or something where they all are.
Also, you probably
like,
have to Google like an optimum route.
Yeah.
Which means it completely like redefines the way that you're playing the game. I suppose it's for achievement hunters, I guess.
Yeah.
Tis bedtime? God, I'm so tired, Trash. You have no idea how much I crave bedtime. It's also really warm suddenly. Like, I know it's just going to get warmer and warmer from here on out until, you know, the peak on Monday. But I'm not actually looking forward to it being that hot. I have a driving lesson on Monday. That's going to be hell. It's early in the morning, thankfully, but still.
No, I think we should do that. I think we should head...
Do we have anything at Winterhold? Sorry, Winterhold, do we?
I don't think so. What's that?
That's Solitude-ish.
What's that? No, it's okay.
That's on our way.
So this is what we actually need to do for Dawnguard.
Yes, it is.
I don't think there's a lot else to do. I think this is a good path. I don't ever want to stop in one of these just to tick them off.
I mean, Nazable, maybe?
We do need to get some more blood.
We do! And there might just be a dead one lying around, which would be much better than actively murdering. I feel like actively murdering orcs and elves and... I don't know, it just feels a bit crimey. I don't really like committing crimes. I don't know how hot you're meant to be having in Redacted, but here it's... Yeah, no, I mean, similar temperature. I find that generally it's rainier here, I think. No, I find generally it's slightly cooler back in your Redacted compared to my Redacted. Like, whenever I go home, you know, I'll be on the train and I'll be really warm, and then I'll actually arrive at the station and I'll just be like, well, I'm cold now. I never pack clothes correctly. Like, I'll go home and I'll always be dressing for here weather rather than their weather, and it always goes bad. But it's supposed to be very hot. The kind of weather methinks where maybe I won't go to the lab for the entire day. I might go in the morning, just because I left some stuff in a PCR machine and it feels kind of rude to have the PCR machine being taken up all day. I also don't trust that someone won't just take my samples out of the PCR machine and just put them down, and they need to be held at like 4 degrees, theoretically. I could probably freeze them, but I don't want to, before. I love science. I love doing my little tasks.
So, that's elven armor. Are you an elf?
I see the dragon anyway.
Yeah, but is this guy an elf?
Maybe.
Can't tell.
I mean,
just because he looks very bandity, and I feel like...
Maybe get off the horse, see what he does.
You know, if he then tries to...
If he tries to kill us first, I think it's fair game.
Hand over your valuables, or I'll...
Are you...
Oh my god!
No, sir, I don't think you understand. This is more important. The fuck is...
What?
What is this dark sorcery that we are witnessing? I'm so concerned.
The thieves... Don't think too hard about it. I think there are some things that we just can't... You know, things are unknowable. Things are unknowable. Kill the thief takes blood.
That Eldritch Horror thing did speak of, like, unknowable mysteries and stuff. Maybe...
No, that's
maybe
too
this is
unknowable.
the price of us...
Too unknowable. Take
rejecting his whim.
Harvest blood, move on.
Success.
Dark Elf blood. All of that went exactly the way we wanted it to. No two ways
Do you want
about
any
it.
of this stuff?
No, we're wearing the best armor we possibly could be. We gave a glass dagger to one of the girls, so fan is on. God, I wish I had a fan. Back home, my mum actually has this amazing, you know, like a tower fan, where it's like quite long, so it just has a lot of power to it.
No, Arvac, what the fuck are you going? Don't go towards the spider, you fool.
Does Arvac even do damage? I think Arvac is actively damaging that thing. Wow. I don't know if Kai's Thief will work when Oh, Arvac.
Time for shit.
Arvac, you precious fool. I love that boy. I love that boy, but my goodness, is he stupid. Good thing he's pretty. But yeah, no, back home there's a wonderful fan. And then that's a lot of wolves. And then here I don't have any sort of fans, so... Although I do have a cold pack that I should really put in the freezer. That would be a good idea. I need to do that.
Sword Camp isn't very accessible, is it? No wonder
surely
we didn't
you're
know it was
close
here before.
enough to get it on the map now, surely. You might need to do this one by foot. I don't know if by horse is going to cut it. Oh, well. Consider me corrected. Just about.
Your lack of faith disturbs me.
Well, your lack of giving up disturbs me. Now go find a dead orc. My laptop just got very confused opening up stream. Was it as confused as the mammoth that was just flying off into the distance? Maybe. Maybe that's how we all feel.
Don't know if anyone will clip that.
If they don't, we will. We will actively go back.
Hello, are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know of any dead orcs that might be nearby?
What are you doing here, Outlander? We don't deal with your kind.
But I want to harvest some of your blood. Maybe that's why they don't deal with our kind. Are you all gonna say that? Because that seems kind of, I don't know. You guys aren't being very hospitable right now, considering I broke into your house. I would expect better. Oh, how did you get up here, buddy? Wait, Serranas. I now see. What is this? Oh, this is also belonging to the orcs.
This is our stronghold.
Yeah, no, they are not friendly.
No, let me just take their mind off my map.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, the orcs do not want you to take anything off on their map, on your map even. So confused you missed the mammoth. Oh, don't worry. I will go back and clip it. But essentially, we were talking to a thief and a mammoth started just flying into the sky. There's no other way to describe it, really. It just sort of decided to head off, and off it went.
Yeah, it didn't seem to mind too much.
Do you miss the mammoth? Don't worry about it. For anyone who missed the mammoth, I will go and I will obtain the mammoth. And I will clip it.
Can I get both?
Would you rather I too miss the... Oh, I just assumed you meant more like, oh, would you kindly, like that kind of thing. Like, would you kindly clip the thing? I missed the mammoth too. You were mid-hypothetical. You know, I will happily clip the mammoth. If anything, for my personal gain, you know, the more clips I have like that, a mammoth floating into the air is the perfect kind of like... So when you do a highlights reel, occasionally you have a long clip. And really good comedic timing, I find, is to have a long clip where there's maybe a slow build joke that ends with maybe like silence and then a word. And then to have immediately after that something really brief and quick where you don't need context and it's just a thing happening that is kind of fun. So, you know, I think a longer clip in my eventual final Skyrim highlights reel, followed by mammoth floating off into the air. I think it's gonna hit very well, I can tell you that. I'm not sure whether to do the highlights reel chronologically though. Or if I am gonna sort of
I think it'd be good to. I think there's been some...
I know, but in terms of
like,
watching it
character
chronologically...
development, you know?
it might not be perfect if watched just chronologically by clips. But I wouldn't move anything about too drastically, I suppose.
I see you up there.
You're very good at seeing. And avoiding. How beautifully you avoided that bear. It nearly didn't even see you. And now it will see Serana as it dies.
Something attacks me.
It's always a bear as well, I swear.
I got ambushed by a cultist down here once. Do you want to get involved in this?
Yes. Oh yeah, because they are looking for a red guard woman, aren't they? That's canon.
You want to get involved?
Yeah, help. Yeah.
Don't set anything on fire, all right?
Where's the woman?
We've made a mistake. Now move along before that mouth of yours gets you into trouble.
Okay, I think they're backing away.
Good.
Nice. I think we did that.
Yeah, I clearly intimidated them, you know?
You set that tree on fire, and it made them think of how you could set them on fire, and then they were scared.
Yep. Successful intimidation check.
Do you rather have elf ears that wiggle a little bit when you feel strong emotions, or, I love it when there's an or followed by a larger chunk of text, or have a 30-minute tea party with a small goblin once per month at a random date or time, and if you can't attend, then the goblin will become enraged. Will it do anything with its anger? Or next time you do manage to meet it, will it just be kind of standoffish for a couple of hours, for a couple of minutes before it eventually, appreciates that the tea party is short? I think I like the elf ears. And when I have strong emotions, the elf ears don't wiggle in a particular way depending on the emotion. So, worst case scenario, someone says, hey, why are your ears wiggling? And I'll just say, oh, 'cause they do that. And then I just don't have to explain. Although, 30-minute tea party with a goblin once per month at a random date or time. I don't know, I like a tea party. Do I get little sandwiches? And, like, small fine china? I suppose it's the random date or time that makes that one slightly unappealing. Because, if you are busy, then that goblin's not going to be happy next time you see them. Next time you meet them, they'll be incredibly passive-aggressive. See, I don't know if I can handle it. I absolutely hate passive aggression. I don't know how to handle it.
No, I think, imagine dealing with a passive-aggressive little goblin.
I don't like the way you said that, like you were implying something.
No, I wasn't implying anything.
Yeah, what could you be implying by that? Like, it completely escapes me.
Good.
What extra context you could have for a small goblin bothering a person via passive aggression? I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, well, exactly, so do I.
So you'd take the goblin over the elf ears?
I wasn't really paying attention to that bit, to be honest.
Okay, elf ears that are quite big and wiggle when you feel strong emotions, or at random dates and times once a month you have to go to a 30-minute tea party with a small goblin that if you end up missing it because you're busy, that goblin will be passive-aggressive next time you see them.
That's fine.
That's
because
fine.
You're only going to see them for another 30 minutes next month, right?
So you can just keep checking your watch and just be like, sorry, I gotta go. Yeah.
Like, yeah, just don't... In fact, just never go to the tea party, right? And then you never see the goblin, and you never have to deal with them.
You've got to go eventually. What if the random date and time coincides? Also, you have to have a 30-minute tea party. You can occasionally not attend, I suppose, but you have to go.
I want a clarification on this. Do I have to go or not?
Like, you feel
this
an
is a built-in
immeasurable
contradiction,
pull
surely.
to it. No, you have to go, but I suppose let's say you have to go and you really try to make it, but something comes up, or you're in hospital or something. But you've got to try.
A stacking arrangement, eh?
Mm-hmm. I think your best clip of the year so far is Mellow and Arbiter's grounds and Twilight Princess just sinking into the ground while checking something on the gamepad. I remember that. I think I was slightly tipsy when I was doing that, because I would never do that sober trash, and you know that. But that's one of my favourites. I'm looking forward to the clip show at the end of the year. In fact, I got a little impatient recently, and I thought about... Oh, it's just a bear. I thought about doing a midway through the year clip show, because I suppose I do have the time now, better than I might even in December, but I won't. I'll wait till the end of the year, and then I'll do a clip show. And again, I'll leave most Skyrim clips out of it, because I'd rather save those for their own, to be honest. Because you're right, there's a lot of things in Skyrim that sort of tell quite a nice story, and I'd like to include as much of that as I can. You'd have elfish. You don't want to risk the wrath of a goblin. I'm willing to risk that wrath.
Yeah.
Because really, what if I enjoy the tea parties when I can make it? Yeah.
I mean, it's just a little goblin, you know? What can it do?
Just a little goblin and a tea party. If anything, I see it as an excuse to have a tea party for 30 minutes once a month. That would be enjoyable. Did you really do all that to get to that mine?
Yes.
Yeah, shouldn't have asked. Should have known.
Now we know where the mine is.
Yep, just in case we ever go back, which we may. We may be told there's a quest at the Lost Prospect Mine.
Exactly, you never know.
The enragement stacks like a multiplier, so you really shouldn't miss one. If you miss like enough in a row, when you do meet that goblin, like if coincidentally you're at a location and that's where the tea party
even
is,
if it
you
stacks,
die.
like, you know.
No, but it could stack to like the point of full-on aggression.
Oh,
and then
the
that thing
aggression
may come
stacks
seek you
rather
out.
than just the counter.
Well, no, I'm deciding that. It's not written, but I'm sort of making that choice because I think it makes sense.
Why are the cultists here? What did I do to them?
You're super excited about the clip.
Oh,
and the wolves.
Yeah, come on, kill each other. Look, I don't have time for this shit. Come on.
You're super excited for the clip compilation. I am too. I love making it every year. It's a slight slog in the sense that once I've rewatched all the clips and I've had a good time, I then have to like I have to time them right, and sometimes it's a bit bothersome. But you know, overall, I love making it. We're discussing the goblin as if they don't exist outside of the 13 minutes. What if you just run into them? Yeah, exactly. Like if the enragement stacks, we never said the goblin only exists for those 30 minutes of the tea party. Like, you just have to meet with them for the tea party when they give you the date and time.
I mean,
they live their own very fulfilling life outside of your tea parties. Well, yeah, but you just have to see them for 30 minutes. You're telling me you can't make 30 minutes a month?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, you know, a lot of the time you can just go along to the thing. But if it is at a completely inconvenient time, like this is a random time,
if you just miss the one, it won't be that terrible. You just got to deal with 30 minutes of passive aggression, and the next time will be delightful. Definitely the goblin. You could bump into the goblin in Aldi, and it'd be very awkward. Oh, but okay. Let's say I miss a tea party, and then between the missed tea party and the next one, I bump into the goblin in an Aldi. Is the goblin still going to be passive-aggressive at the next tea party? Or because we bumped into each other in Aldi and we had like an awkward like, oh, how you doing? Sorry, yeah, it's been a while. I've been busy. What you been up to? Yeah, good. Is work good? That's
I mean, I'll happily respond to the goblin by, you know, giving him a good lecture on the importance of having times that are arranged that are convenient for multiple people, you know?
Okay, and I think the goblin may take that into account, you know? There's no reason to say that it wouldn't.
Yeah, so, you know, if they're reasonable like that, then alright.
You can be honest and say you really want big wiggly elfies. I'm sorry, Corvus. You keep picking a fun option that turns us into some sort of, like, you know, human other creature hybrid with fun ears, and we just keep not picking
Corvus,
it.
You know?
No, I think it's more that Corvus wants one of us to say, like, yes, I will be the cat girl, or yes, I will have that elf ears.
You quoted that, right? You got that?
Listen, you don't need to quote it for me to have said it. I could have just said it. We can sit with the moment. We can sit with it, and then we can move on.
I've reached here.
Hello, Dexian. I've brought the Elder Scrolls.
Why are you blindfolded?
Probably not probably to see where, so he didn't see where Dawn God was?
Still? How long has he been blindfolded for?
Yeah, I mean, how does he even know who we are? Oh wait, has he been blinded?
It's my fault. In my haste to read the first scroll,
oh.
I neglected the careful preparation.
Yeah, no, he might just be blind. I think he's just blind now.
The after effects, but I was wrong.
Do I need to get him a potion of sight?
Blind?
Huh.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
They'd hold that grudge.
No.
Yeah, goblins notorious for holding grudges.
And there's always the chance I may never recover.
Oh, Sorara's cooking.
Yeah, she'll do that in the background. But it's kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
Although, do vampires need to eat?
Another way. The question is, how much are you willing to risk to find
I'll be honest, Dexian, I don't even know why I'm trying to find it.
I can't guarantee
I'm doing it to kill the guy, right? Like, to kill her dad?
Well, to deal with his plotting.
Uh-huh.
Scattered across Tamriel are secluded locations known only as Ancestor Glades. There's one in Skyrim in the Pine Forest. Performing the ritual of the Ancestor Moth within the glade should
Performing moth rituals? What is this, Hollow Knight?
It involves carefully removing the bark from a canticle tree, which will in turn attract ancestors.
This sounds like a lie, Dexian.
They'll provide you with the second sight needed to decipher the scrolls.
Uh-huh.
So at the end of this I can read scrolls?
In keeping with tradition, you must use a specific tool in the ancestor glade, an implement known as a draw knife. Every moth priest is taught this ritual. Few ever get the chance to perform it. You should consider yourself fortunate if it works for you. From what I saw in the vision, the Elder Scroll which foreshadows the defiance of the gods with the blood of mortals is the key to prophecy.
I just got another Elder Scroll? I have 3 on me right now? Is this one that Serana originally had that she gave up? Is it normal for moth priests to go blind?
Sadly, yes. It is the inevitable.
Does this mean that we're agreeing to pursue this?
Have you ever tried reading an Elder Scroll when you're not specifically prompted to by the story?
No. Can I?
I think so. I don't recommend it.
Oh. God.
Deciphering one of the Elder Scrolls is nothing like reading a simple book. There is quite a bit of ritual and concentration required. It can take months or even years to
Yikes. We don't really have that time. I don't think. Also, a new simple hypothetical. Wait, yeah, let's read this first. Let's hear what Dexian has to say.
The voice of the ancestor moth has always been an integral part of reading the
Okay, is it like an actual moth?
Oh, the moths don't literally read the scrolls. But
okay.
Connection to ancient magic that
Don't okay this like this isn't new information. Like this is new information. You've already played through this part of the game, right?
Yeah, but the idea that the connection to ancient magic is through the moths is a little bit niche, you know?
Certainly interesting. Okay.
By having the ancestor moths close to the moth priest, they can utilize the conduit.
Imagine training your life to do this.
Only the most resilient of priests can do it this way.
You take years of your life literally interpreting moths so that you can read a scroll and then go blind, potentially permanently.
Yeah, so how do we even stand a chance? Is he literally just betting that we've probably got the ability to sort of power through this?
Scrolls have a mind of their own. If they did not want you to find them, they would not have.
Sounds like a lot of superstitious nonsense.
Well, if this guy believes that I was meant to hear the ancestral chorus of the moths, sure.
Is this by any chance a glade on the other side of Skyrim?
Oh, yeah, probably. I suppose we need to find that out, don't we? Yeah, the hypothetical. Purple skin or purple teeth, and you can't cosmetically alter either one. I'm going with skin, because, you know, people have different skin colours, different teeth colours. If your teeth aren't, like, I don't know, teeth colour, people are going to be weird about it. I can just tell. People are going to be so shifty.
I think skin is a better way to go.
Easily.
You simply just become a tiefling.
People would be more confused seeing a flash of purple teeth. Exactly.
Yeah.
Purple skin, like you said, you can just be like, oh, I'm a tiefling, and then just go with it and explain. This guy's gonna sell you a pyramid scheme.
The other side of Skyrim.
Well, I'm sure we'll get there eventually. We had something down there, didn't we?
Yeah, we've got to deal with that bloody,
That. Yeah, oh yeah, we got a hammer and then we... Okay, I remember now.
After which, we will actually be alarmingly close to the damn mountain.
Ironically, picking the skin option makes you a tiefling. Waka waka. What a funny joke. What a little haha. What a hee hee. That we get to share in together here. A tiefling. Damn it. Yeah, no, he definitely gives pyramid scheme vibes. I mean, he's talking about the moths. It's going to the moon. If you just invest in you know, in the Elder Scrolls, if you can pay him enough moth bits, then you can have an Elder Scroll. And the value of those things only goes up. You know, they want you to have them. They have a mind of their own. Elder Scroll coin. God. The furthest I've ever got into the rabbit hole of, like, cryptocurrency people is a really good video essay about it from I think, Folding Ideas. But it was so good. And it's such a horrifying subculture that exists. How much do you know about crypto people?
More than I need to.
Exactly! And I bet you don't know much. About the people, anyway. About the I don't know, the Discord cultures that are springing up. Why should we have to dismount horse before going through door? I bet Arvat could handle that. No way Arvat couldn't handle that. It's rude to say that he couldn't. Hollow Knight, No Eyes Law. True. This is the guy that sends you on your way to do the Hollow Knight quest. Look at all the things you've discovered. Almost entirely through non-fast travel too. Entirely through non-fast travel.
Yeah, we haven't fast traveled.
We have, but only to like a location and then back again to fix Serana, I think.
Yeah, we'd fixed a bug a couple of times, but we didn't actually go anywhere.
Also, occasionally the game has teleported us to a place, but that's been like they've given us a reason. Fast travel. Yeah. But no, we've done a lot. Like we've traveled a lot of the world. Oh, do either of these people happen to have some blood that we want to steal?
It's not human, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, they might not be. They might just look human. I think it's worth a look anyway.
Serana.
Is Serana getting us?
Oh.
Oh!
Guys, come on.
You might want to heal.
Yeah.
Do you want to use the file? See, now that is delightful.
Yeah.
That's a great video. It's a really good video. Ugh, I want to watch it again. It's entertaining, it's also horrifying, which is what any good Folding Ideas video should be. See? What else, blood?
Hey.
It's so easy to just harvest blood. Go around the world, wait for people to fight you, kill them, and then most of the time it works out. Please do not catch vampirism. You have no idea how mad I'll be if you catch vampirism. Thank you. Oh, level up as well. Nice. Resisted fireball. I didn't realise it could do that. The whole recent Final Fantasy 14 Virtual Adult Club and Link Discord group debacle was truly saddening. I know nothing about that, Corvus. My goodness, that feels like a string of words you just made up. It's got that right level of creative mischief that you occasionally have. Final Fantasy 14 Virtual Adult Club and linked Discord group. Have you ever heard a stranger and more worrying combination of ideas? You wish you made it up. Yeah, I mean, God, the person that made that up must have a lot of money.
I haven't got time for shit.
At the top of a pyramid where people at the bottom have much less, one could say. Should you play some Death's Door watching stream?
Also,
yeah.
they were some really efficient wolf kills.
They were, and I saw them, and I decided not to say anything because I thought it would inflate your wolf killing ego too much, and that you would become unbearable about wolf killing in the future. Was I wrong?
Darling, my ego is inflated every time I watch you fail at it.
Well, I don't fail all that often, so I think it's probably fine. I think you're probably still a healthy level of ego. Also, I saw that you mentioned that you finished Death's Door. Trash. And congratulations. I actually saw on Twitter, I saw you posted a clip of maybe a final boss. But don't worry, it wasn't spoilers because I struggled processing what I was seeing. I was so blown away. Or at least I was more watching the little crows at Duck and Rolled. And actually I was looking how in the top left you had more health than I did, and I was like, wow, damn. I don't know if you can go that way. Oh, you can. Lovely. The post-credit stuff now? There's post-credit stuff? Or is that just like how in a lot of games when you finish the main quest line you can just continue doing the world as you want? I swear that we've done the end of this quest before and then we did something wrong and we hadn't saved.
Yep, that's what happened.
Yeah. And we just decided not to do it again. Do you think that you should maybe save now then? out of fear that we do the same thing.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't related. I don't think it was a bug or anything. I think it was just
no, but I just
we got ourselves killed somewhere.
Yeah, I'm saying that we could get ourselves killed somewhere, and maybe we should save before getting into the general zone.
Maybe.
Was it the white background one? No, I don't think I saw that. In which case, damn, nice. I didn't see too many spoilers. More Hollow Knight multiple ending style. Oh, damn. Okay. That's pretty nice. Is there considered a best ending for Death's Door then, or is it just more, you know, depending on what route you go down? 92.2% completion is also very solid. I'm aware Death's Door is obviously a much smaller game than Hollow Knight, but I still think of it as very Hollow Knight-esque. So when I see 92.2% completion, I'm like, wow, that's hundreds of hours. I think I've still only got about 92% completion in Hollow Knight at max. But you need to do one to get the other. Oh, okay, very Hollow Knight then. You're like 15 hours in. It's a nice game then, in terms of size for what you have to do to be done. I've really enjoyed it when I've been playing. I'm looking forward to Monday's stream. Thank you. Thank you for saving over 35, as is tradition.
We won't kill you out. Oh, what if your mom?
Your Mars died. He did die well, don't worry. Died very well. Oh, that just occurred to me. Your Mars is dead somewhere, and he's an orc.
Yeah, but do we really want to go after him? We'll probably find another one on the way.
Yeah, I also can't remember where he was, so... Oh yeah, there's a voice in the sky currently talking.
What of us? What fate shall we suffer?
You'll have to prove
I'm going to give you a chance. Galazop's in charge now. I love the orc god that just speaks to us through the skies.
Let's hope he's a better chief. You place that hammer on
shrine.
the
Yeah, that's us.
You're the only one who's proven worthy.
Oh, Serrano's talking about the Ancestor Glade. Yeah, it's that bit up
We
top.
won't kill you out, but we don't want you here.
Nice.
May your weapons be sharp.
Look at it go. It looks really good up there, actually. Oh, level up. Never say that. Don't even hover on that option. We will never part ways with Serrano. Not if we can help it.
I will do my best to lead the tribe, but I don't know why Melagath chose me.
Probably because you will do your best to lead the tribe. That seems like someone that's willing to work hard, and I'm proud of you. There's a popular adults-only private user-made nightclub in Final Fantasy XIV, and it's a cesspit, specifically the Discord. They also bought out ad space on a billboard somewhere and got ragged on it for it. Jesus, that's... God, that's a rabbit hole of the internet.
Is in fact, I Was Dead in the Mountain.
Which we're not too far away from. This is a nice loop, actually.
Yeah.
On our way.
You do find yourself in this game actually just making repeated loops, I think.
Yeah. There's actually not much reason to go into the middle other than like Whiterun.
Well, the problem is you have to go up and down that damn mountain so many times,
yeah.
And then Whiterun, it tends to be the first place you get a house. It's a nice city, like there's all the conveniences there.
It's a good central point.
It's a nice place to go through.
Yeah.
So often you end up going, okay, I'll go from Whiterun and I'll go like underneath the mountain here, or go up it. Around here, the stuff in Riften.
Yep.
And then you go up this way. You know,
which is how we began the game.
Winterhold, loads of quests around there as well. Go around here, maybe skip Dawnstar.
Dawnstar has a delightful
museum. Like, you might do a full circuit, but it's quite often that you end up doing a half circuit and then coming back down this way, because by the point you've built up some loot and everything else.
And you need to sell it and see.
Or likewise, you go this way and you go, okay, I'm going to go into Falkreath,
yep.
and then from there you might go around this way.
You stop off at Markarth.
You know, sometimes you go the straight route, I guess.
Solitude, skip Morthal.
But like, if you were to draw on the line, like the line,
if
you draw on the map lines of where we've been. And like had greater thickness by routes we've gone multiple times. I think you see a massive loop going around here.
Considering how we've walked really in this game, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the later bosses are so tough, super fun. I mean, the one that I saw on Twitter looked very, very tough. I don't know, I miss that kind of toughness where it's like bearable to play, like Hollow Knight toughness. It requires like a few tries, maybe even an hour's worth of tries, but it isn't unbearable repeating it, you know? Like, it's enjoyable. Unlike games like Bloodborne, which is as wonderful as I find the aesthetic, I find it unbearable to try a boss too many times. Is this just a guy hiding underneath that rock? Wait, you mean when the orc god voice was coming through from the sky? It could just be a guy hiding under the rock, I suppose. You know, chuckling to himself that he's tricked all of them.
Well, he's just naming himself Chief, you know?
Yeah, no, you're right, actually. He could just do a
just
trick where he throws his voice.
Yamaz will be Chief now.
Yamaz was terrible and awful, and I would rather someone else be in his hands. Be in the hands of the orcs. Yes, anyway. Wolf boy, cat girl, wolf boy sandwich. When the fuck did it... That was like something I said in... Is that May? What the hell was I saying? Wolf boy, cat girl, wolf boy sandwich. I love quotes a lot because they're quite easy to set up during a stream, you know? Like if something comes up and you want to say it, it's super fun. But like, the context for that is just gone. We'll never know it again. Oh, that was about stream schedule? Once again, the Twitch chat archivist just simply remembers. Where the hell did sandwich come from then? What the fuck were we playing that was about sandwiches? I suppose that makes sense, because at the time we were doing a lot of Twilight Princess, and then obviously Catgirl here. Jesus. You love Bloodborne, but yeah, Ligorius has been such a block for you. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, I don't know how exactly you've been struggling with Ligorius, and I know with Ligorius it's because you've got to take damage on the way between the rest point and where the boss is. But that block that you feel with Ligorius, I feel in general with Bloodborne. I feel that with Father Gascoigne. Even if that boss is it's fun, I just find myself just put off. Can you get hit by those rocks for me? Oh, that's an early quote. 44 back in March. This is totally a Mello talking to James moment, surely. I mean, you'd assume so. Otherwise, I'm talking to someone else. Do you remember why I'd asked you to get hit by some rocks?
I don't know. You say a lot of strange things.
I do. You're right about that. I regularly ask you to get hit by rocks for me. Yeah, daily. Daily. Well, you take a lot of rock beatings, and I'm grateful for them. You take the rock beating, so I don't have to.
Yep.
Put you between me and the rocks. That's what I always say. This feels Dragon Moundy. James a Maniac. Hey, it's a quote from you! You saw a Dragon Mound and you said it feels Dragon Moundy. Such fond memories of the 26th of March, 2022. Oh, how we look back on these times. Catgirl in Wolf Boy, yeah. Oh yeah, sandwich. I get it now. God. I speak and it's gone the second I say it. It's just that it's such a stamina fight, you have to be consistently perfect, whereas stuff like Gascoigne, you found you could just go for it. Yeah, Gascoigne you can get in a lot more hits, and you can make some mistakes and still be fine. Like, you don't have to have a perfect fight to beat Gascoigne. You just have to attain a certain level of skill that I just find myself...
Honestly, it's incredible to me that we only just got attacked on this path.
I know, quite far up.
Like, normally barely making around the first bend before some bear comes at you, you know?
Yeah. But we're not even at the point where normally a troll appears, so that is some bad luck. There were 88 new quotes between the 5th and 26th of March. I don't apologise. I think that's because of Lemon Curd Stream as well. Lemon Curd Stream had a lot of quotes. Like a lot. I mean, I don't know what mark we're at right now, but I swear we're only at the 200s. Which means you're right, 88 new quotes between the 5th and 26th of March, and then between then and now we've had like, what, another 150? Something was going on in March. March was popping off, as they say. Did you lose the steps momentarily?
Hang on, where am I? What am I doing?
Oh god, you're confused. Why does the camera keep flicking like that? I think you want to go down. Like there. Yeah. This seems right. Also, I'm very happy that you just had a hang on, where am I, what am I doing moment.
Well, I sort of zoned out a bit as I was travelling.
And then you got turned around. I mean, is this the right way? Yeah, no, because overall we're heading up. Look at that. That's fine. Right. This seems right.
You go clockwise around the mountain. Yeah, this is right.
Yeah, because this is the point where the troll is. There we go.
Hello.
Love that guy. Always up there. Always waiting. Literally can't catch a break. Let the poor guy rest. But yeah, 200 I think. I was going to say 200 was during the Uncut stream, but it wasn't, because quote 200 was... Yeah, I mean, look at that. 88 between the beginning and end of March, and then between the end of March and mid-June, only another 70-ish. So, you know, that's some good quote distribution. I should plot this on a chart. We should look at the most popular months for quotes. See what months particularly speak to me, what months I'm at my best.
I mean, it'll just be the times we've done more streams, surely.
Shush, I'll normalise by number of streams in the month. Fuck you.
Alright.
Bold of you to assume I wouldn't have done that in the first place. I'm excellent with data. I recently learned that in Excel you can colour different boxes depending on the number in them, so that you can see when something is a high number just visually.
You've only just learnt about conditional formatting.
Yes! Because I never had to use Excel.
Excellent with data, huh?
I am now that I can use conditional formatting with a gradient colour.
I suppose you can now excel with it.
I'm excelling, in fact. Don't badum-ch me. And so quietly so no one else can hear you badum-ch. It's like you're trying to hide that you think that you made a fun joke. Don't hide it. Own up to it.
Oh my god, this damn horse.
Just press A.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't like me because of the lack of space.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I don't care about bee larvae. That was... Oh, that was the other day. Oh, I remember exactly what that was about. That was because I didn't care about bee larvae in Twilight Princess. I very much didn't care for it. Okay, now this place is a bit like a maze, so I should probably highlight that quest so I can actually find the guy. Wait, I think I'm wrong. Is he through this door? Wait. You're not along here. He's like there? Like a straight line this way? Fruitbait shouldn't be so lanky. When did I say that? I don't know what that was about. Where the fuck is he? Why is he always hiding? He's like, he's got to be out here. There's got to be a door. I'm losing my marbles. He has to be out here. He's in the courtyard. He has to be. Quote 1 is high trash. I didn't realise how early in the year that was. Wow. So genuinely, we've been doing quotes now for the entirety of 2022. I think I just assumed that they started in March. Yeah, okay, he's here. Stop it. Stop moving. Stop moving. Two are very inexperienced with Excel. I don't know why, like, I'm better at RStudio Code than I am Excel. It's because I did, like, computer science for GCSE, which was about, like, coding in Python and, like, yeah, mainly Python, actually. Yeah, I'm aware what's going on with needing help to catch a dragon. I'm explaining. But I'm also talking about how I never did, like, computing. I did computer science. So they never taught us how to use Excel. They taught us how to code in Python, and then I immediately forgot the second I stopped. I need your help to stop the war. I'll worry about capturing a dragon. I need your help to stop a war. What a thing to tell a person. Your Balgruuf won't help me while the war rages. Dragon will lead you to Alduin, but without the Jarl's help. What happens here if you join, like, the Stormcloaks and you help them?
Still got to negotiate peace.
Okay.
I don't know what happens. I think you just skip this mission if you've already won as one side and the other side doesn't exist anymore. If you've gone through the whole Civil War.
Is Whiterun, like, neutral? Because surely if you're on the side against Whiterun...
Whiterun is neutral to start with. Oh, that's fine. You've just got to go to Windhelm and Solitude now.
Oh, we were just in Windhelm! Surely I could have preemptively told the guy in Windhelm, like, hey, Arngir's gonna want to talk to you.
Yeah, you'd hope, wouldn't you?
God. You can travel to Sovngarde to devour the souls of the dead and find out how he does this before he regains his strength and returns. Okay. Master of the voice or tongue. He spent many years pondering the meaning. Finally came to realize gods have punished the Nords for their arrogant, blasphemous misuse. Voice should be used for the glory and worship of the gods. Master of the voice eventually overcame all opposition and the way the voice was born. Okay, nice, good for them. Bright thinks Morbius wasn't very morbid. You need a seed, rip. For a second, it's bad, but my instinct when you said seed was Minecraft seed, like the kind of seed you'd need for a save. And then I thought, like, the kind of seed you'd plant in the ground, and only then did I think, hold on, wait, you mean the kind of seed that you get in the game Death's Door that you're currently playing? I hate it when Mount Rushmore, so I really do, I really do. Now, I swear... Okay, well that's what I'm doing. I could have sworn there was something else up here. But I might be wrong. Okay. But you are right, I just need to head back down now, don't I?
Yep, down the goddamn mountain. But so which way to head in, because we can
yeah, okay.
move with speed. There's got to be other things on the way to do, surely.
Probably. So that Windhelm is probably the closer of the two, actually.
Yeah, but there's got to be other missions we want to do in between.
Yeah, and there's probably more to do if we went this way, considering we've just been through Windhelm.
Well, yeah, work out what's closest of the other missions, I guess.
There's the knife, which is all the way down there. Let's pull that out.
Where is it?
Harvesting. The knife is all the way down here.
Oh,
so,
but it's in the Ancestor Glade, so it is.
Yeah, so it is the plot. 3 days.
I guess it's which plot you want to follow next.
Quit Wormston outside of the stream. Yeah, I think that I think Bright was setting up the system, and then I think the 6th we did a stream. So it's probably just a gap between the streams as well. At the site of the dagger. Okay, well, here's the Mehrunes thing. The thing with the cultist, which is on the way to Solitude. So that's 1 point in going left over going right. That's in Whiterun, but I don't think I want to do it. But that is a point going left, I suppose. If I did decide to help a guy get cannibalized, I suppose I'd go that way. That's on the way to Solitude.
Hang on, what's in Whiterun?
In Whiterun, it's the thing with Malus Macius.
Oh, okay.
Which I think I'll ignore. That we're ignoring as well.
Yeah, that's time, as is that one, as is that one.
That one as well?
Yeah, time.
Damn.
We're not doing that one.
Why not?
Because we went past Riften ages ago and it's fishing.
Sure. That's the Stones of Baron Zaya. Does this even give us a location on the map, or do we have to discover it?
Let's discover.
That's to the left. Okay, everything does look to the left.
Yeah, not that many things actually on the list we want to do. There's lots of it on the list, but...
Source of Power and Ranvig's Feast. Am I simply not seeing where that is? I'm highlighting both. Ranvig's Fast even.
Wasn't it this way? Tell us before.
It might be, but I don't see why it's hiding it now, I suppose.
I thought it told us before, but yeah, there's no marker now. Shrug, I guess.
God, I wish you could like search for like words rather than just trying to remember.
Okay. Well, we'll work it out somewhere on the way.
Do snake mouths? Do snake mouths? 29th of the 1st. I wonder if there were any quotes made on my birthday. I know I didn't stream on my birthday actually, so problem solved. So I think heading left is pretty much...
Oh, there you are, it's over here.
Oh, so also left. Oh, we just haven't found it, so they're not showing it on the map? Okay.
It's just whether we want to make a trip here, because whilst it isn't in the direction
we're nearby enough, I think.
Well, it isn't in the direction of anything else, but also we're not going to be that closer, and it is main plot.
And we could go down and... Yeah, no, this is a good idea.
But also, if you are going to go in the direction towards Solitude, then...
Then to head down and then up, like a big Nike tick, would potentially be a good idea.
I think this is a good route.
I'd say head down to the glade then.
Alright.
I love that, because we're not fast travelling, we do spend a reasonable portion of this game, like, planning our routes, like we're about to go on a long drive.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're going on proper expeditions. It's more...
I know, it's good, it's good.
If you play with the survival mode settings and you have to worry about like food supplies and stuff as well, then you really have to like
planning a trip.
Plan out your trips.
Yeah. You haven't 100%ed. There's not many games that I have. Yeah, I mean, same here. If you consider a real 100%. There's lots of games that I've like finished in full, but that maybe I haven't got all the collectibles, or I haven't even explored everything outside of the main plot. I play a lot of short story type games, so if you play shorter story type games like that rather than stuff like Death's Door where there's completionist things or really hard fights, you probably have more games finished than you think.
Right.
There's not a single game I have all achievements for though, actually. Do you have all achievements for any game?
Not that I can think of.
You play a lot of games that are quite big though,
I do play quite
you?
big long
With
games.
Lots. You know, something like Warhammer 2
also,
will have an achievement
I'm not an
for like
achievement
every
hunter,
faction.
so a lot of the time, sure, if I really tried, I could find a way. But as it is, I don't go out my way for achievements, and therefore don't have them.
Neither do I. I mean, I considered it with Hollow Knight recently because I realised I'm about halfway through the achievements, and there's some of them that look pretty achievable. But, like, not all.
Whiterun look lovely.
It does look really good from this angle. Even the, what is it, something Barrow?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. The most powerful creature in this mortal realm. Goodness. Sometimes I'm right. You're attempting to 100% it right now, and it gives you aid on completing, but also you've done so much finding. What's left is a struggle. You enjoy completing. It is fun. Like, it's a different way to play a game, obviously, but it is enjoyable. Like, I like getting achievements. Particularly if we do something in a game that I didn't, you know, like, I think to myself, oh, can I move this? And then I do, and I get an achievement for it. I like that when it's spontaneous, I suppose. Your favourite to complete is Spyro the Dragon. Getting 100%, 120% on that. I mean, damn, congratulations. 120% in Spyro the Lost Dragon. Sorry, the first dragon. Sorry, the dragon, the first one. That's something to be proud of. I never played a Spyro game, other than, like, Skylanders. And I also have a memory of getting, like, a disc Spyro game in a newspaper when I was, like, 8 that my dad brought home.
I never had to do a vulnerability shout and jump either.
Yeah, proud of you for that. You did take damage, though, so
only,
is it really
only
perfect?
Tiny bits.
Is it a perfect...
Oh, not perfect, but it's pretty good, you know. So.
Pretty solid, okay. I'll give you like
a 98%.
4 out of 5. Yeah, probably more like 4 out of 5 than 98%, but okay. You go for the collectibles, but not so much as achievements. Oh, I hate collectibles, I'll be honest with that. I'd go for achievements more than collectibles.
Do we have too much random shit in our inventory? I don't
No, we never do. Okay, in many ways, maybe I do like collectibles. We do have stuff I'd like to sell, though, like a lot of those rings. I don't like collectibles in the normal sense, but do I like having lots of stuff in my inventory in Skyrim? Yes. Yes, I do. As an OG Spyro fan, that sentence saddened me. I'm sorry. I just never had much of an opportunity. Like I say, probably my most complete experience with Spyro was some sort of, like, I don't even know what it would have been. I'd love to find out in retrospect, but it was just in a newspaper. There was a CD-ROM game, and my dad had the newspaper, and he gave me the game. Faendel, what kind of elf do you be?
Trinkets, odds and ends.
Where else have we already got him?
Damn it. He'd be an easy kill. We could just employ him and then take him off to the woods. You know, not to be ominous about it or anything. Oh, also, which speaking of taking someone off into the woods and ominous killing and stuff, trash. So, I finished These Aren't Delights. I was also listening to a band I like called Big Thief the other day, and a song came on called Paul, and it kind of has vibes. I recommend listening to it. Paul by Big Thief. I think you'd enjoy it. It's not like perfect Julian Paul energy, but it is a little. It does a little have Paul vibes. Currently away to completing the Arceus Pokedex, by which you mean the actual request, not just the catching. Oh damn, okay. You don't know why you're making yourself do it, but you're in too deep now. Well, there is a joy. There is a joy to ticking off the list. There is a joy to completing a thing, you know? Like, you might not be an achievement hunter, but you are a completionist when it comes to, well, lots of stuff in lots of ways.
Can be, yeah. I guess that's just not one of the ways in which I'm
which is
completionist,
fair.
I guess.
I'm kind of a completionist when it comes to books, just in the sense of, like, if I start a series and I'm not having a terrible time, I'm probably going to finish it. Most of the time I have a good time, but I like finishing a series. Once Game Rec Command is back, recommending Luigi's Mansion 3. I've never played a Luigi's Mansion game either. A lot of people's like childhood games just swerve me by. I had Pokemon and I had like some shitty fashion designer DS games that I loved. And that's kind of all. It's already on the group TBD playlist. Perfect. It's so rare to find a song called Paul that includes lyrics like I'll be a killer, I'll be the cause of our deaths, which is vibes, Paul vibes. You've only dropped a couple series, you played like half of Dark Moon, but 3 is excellent. Oh, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon?
Well.
That's ominous. Why is the moon dark? It's supposed to be bright. It reflects the sun, did you know that? So your silence says that you didn't know that, I've just taught you something new.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
Nope, you were quiet, you didn't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't just glow, does it?
Well, no, and you've just learnt that fact. You've just learnt that the moon doesn't glow.
That's totally aware, thanks.
Well, I'm proud that you can learn. I'm proud.
Oh, interesting weather effect.
It's just misty. Oh, it's weird that the mist disappears when you go through it like that, but okay.
I mean,
you can only think of llams with
I went a
hats,
little bit
really.
off piece to try and be quicker, and
yeah. And it's turned out not as quick.
On this occasion, I don't think it helped.
Mhm.
Although,
that's interesting.
I guess I found whatever that
it's
going
a shrine,
on here.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a shrine to Talos, but
why are Talos' shrines always filled with some sort of death and destruction like this?
Hey, do you think any of them are elves?
Oh, I think it's worth a look. Well, you're not. Any of you orcs by any chance? You're green and everything, I really would have thought. Anyway, check everyone.
No.
No. Well, not our best find of dead bodies. Not our best cadaverous loot, but you know.
Oh dear.
A bunch of people came to worship and died instead. Happens all the time.
Yes, but how?
Happens all the time. Oh, it was that bear, probably. Surprisingly, not a lot of damage done to that bear. Is it coming up here?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, is that a person as well? Oh no, I think Serrano just animated one of them. I forgot that the name Paul was associated with llams with hats until now, and now all I can do is hear the way that they would say Paul. I have a family member called Paul, which, as you can imagine, when you're reading a book about you know, troubled murderous youths, when one of them is called Paul, is a bit weird. But you know, we move. You DM'd me the TBD playlist, thank you. If it has things like Paul on it by Big Thief, it's probably good. Big Thief is excellent. And they actually have a lot of songs just like named after people. Like they have a really good song called Lorraine. A really good song called Mary that was in the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, no, I've taken an insanely long route.
Yeah.
But I, you know, just killed some bodies on the way, so.
You just hurt the horse from walking into those rocks. You just killed.
The fuck?
You just killed Arvak by running into the rocks? Oh, you're also getting shot at with arrows, I suppose.
Yeah, apparently so.
But it was the rocks, mainly. Mainly them.
Wait, those archers... I thought they just never respawned. Huh.
We never killed them, so they just
were
always
did
there.
we just never do that?
Yeah, no.
Hang on. What elves do we need?
We've got dark.
We've got high elves, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, no, we might not have high elves.
Just
Check.
these guys...
Check. Check the check.
I love the way they're fighting each other.
Check
brilliant.
the list.
Alright.
It's in quests. You've got to close out and access quests. You can't access quests from that screen. Yeah. There you go. You're still really good at the film Cows Vilo Lives project.
Nah, we've seen Orc and Falmer at this point.
Theoretically though, I thought those would be the easiest, so that's worked out pretty well for us. What are you doing?
Falmer.
No, Falmer, not Thalmor. You just got a bounty in Falkreath.
Well, the bounty will disappear quickly when I kill all the witnesses, won't it?
That's like so many witnesses.
And they're already killing each other. Come on. Easy. See?
Oh my goodness. This is another one of those murders that we added to the list that you put on me. I bet most of those murders
that bounty
were you.
was not of equivalent level to a murder.
I mean, yeah, we could
Murder's
give someone
like
40
1,000
gold. Yeah. So we didn't do a murder, we just did like a mini crime.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, you know, it's Thamel, no one cares.
Also, hello, Dolphin. Hi. How you doing? It's made by a lot of your Twitter mutuals who have good taste. I mean, clearly listening to Big Thief, that's very good taste. There's this one Big Thief for like, they're wonderful, but I wouldn't say all of their music's necessarily like cheery. And one of their albums I listened to a lot when I was writing my my project, like my third year university project thing. And occasionally I'd show my friend, they'd be like, oh, what are you listening to? And they'd be listening to like, I don't know, the soundtrack to Metal Gear Rising or like some really edgy rock. And then I'd be listening to just like the saddest song.
Well, I'm gonna call that a job well done.
Yep, off we go to the Glade. Proud of you for that one.
Eliminated 2
threat.
menaces to society in one.
Well, one menace, and then you also committed some murders, but...
I know, the bandits probably didn't deserve it, but...
They shot at us first! The Falmor literally didn't. They didn't even try.
Yeah, but that will deserve what's coming to them.
God, okay. You need to get over your I'm Falmor
You don't
thing.
understand the Almiri Dominion, they'll take us all.
Okay. Okay. You sound crazy. This is why no one believes you. I don't think you get up that way. Dreams
Well,
the Dying
the Empire will
playlist
be
is also great,
increasing
but
its
it's so
ability to
depressing.
Skyrim.
Well, I don't imagine the Violent Delights playlist is particularly cheery either. No, he's right. Well, Corvus is on your side. But the bandits did shoot at us, so...
Oh yeah, no, they will also be brought to justice.
Yes, of course. A swift and brutal end. I love justice being us deciding who is right to kill. I love it. It looks like we're basically there.
I love democracy.
Was that democracy what you just did?
No.
No? So you really are very pro-democracy. Even in occasions where I would be anti-democracy, you're pro-democracy. Huh. Oh, there's a chest, there's a chest, there's a chest. There's dead wolves, there's a chest, there's a chest. You're missing the chest. There might be some secrets in that chest.
Got a chest. Someone lives here. Poor bugger.
Well, maybe we should go in the glade before we steal from that chest, just in case there's someone in there. Thalmor are objectively the most evil faction in Skyrim, barring Daedric cults. Some Daedric cults aren't that bad. I mean,
exactly.
Do you remember Azura?
Yeah, some of them are though.
Yeah, some are pretty solidly bad.
Not very impressive, is it? If this ends up being a wasted trip, your friend Dexter and I are gonna have some more
Huh?
when we get back.
Strong words from Serana.
I know. I love it when Serana has more words. Serana, keep talking, please.
No, her words have to be unlocked by doing stuff related to her. Whenever
Damn
you
it.
don't do what Serana wants, she just gives you the silent treatment and refuses to say more than a set series of phrases.
Occasionally stuff like, when are we going to get a move on? And then goes back to silence. Oh, looks like you need to go up there. It's a very pretty area. The way the light's shining on that rock is very, Huh. Have we been here before?
Look at this place.
Did we kill some Spriggans in here?
I think we went to a very similar location. I think it was this one.
Okay. As she's saying, I doubt there's anything like it in Skyrim. We're reminiscing about how much it reminds us of somewhere we've been before.
It's not like anything else.
Found a seed, congrats. Plant that, plant that. Plant it. Get back that health.
Most people just don't even know what
Yeah.
It's saying this as if we haven't done several others.
Yeah, we have. We've looked. I mean, I see some of the moths, yeah.
Well,
This does mean that I do feel mentally prepped to find some Spriggan.
Yeah, but we're like, you know.
We're here because they want us to be here. I know. God, it's so pretty.
Just.
Is that the... That's the thing we need.
Well. Be rude not to take the thingy, I suppose.
Well, we got the knife. Now all we need to do is track down one of those candles.
Okay, and surely there should be one here. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Sorry, I was telling you to plant a kit. I mean, seed. No, Serana.
Oh,
Don't
well, that was easy.
tell me to plant a kiss. I mean, a seed. So we need to do that, and then we need to listen to their song.
Hope the moths like that bark as much
No,
as
we've got to
it
trap the
does.
moth swarms.
Oh. Do we just
Hello?
stay with the tree?
Definitely taking a like.
No, we got them.
I think we might have to go find them around the place.
Yeah, I believe we do. Just seeing things.
Are they just gonna stay with me then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, mothy,
This is
mothy.
an interesting way to do it. Oh,
Oh, I didn't even do that right on purpose, but sure.
just lingered in place for a moment. Okay.
Yep, didn't see them either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing any of these ones that you're picking up. Oh, I see that. There's one
Yeah, I
just
see
ahead.
those.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not good, huh?
You were amazing at picking up moths, I suppose. Although there seems to be quite a lot around, so maybe you're not actually doing that well.
To be fair, it just makes you glow a bit, and all the moths are like, oh, glow.
Enter the column of lights. We do have to go in the column of light. Yay! I love the column of light. Enter the column of light. And then we need to read it, right?
Well, this is fucking weird.
Make sure you're right in the middle of the column of light. I don't want them to give this. Also, can you enter third person mode so I can see this briefly? Wow. I mean, I don't know how we're going to read through that mask, but let's give it our best shot.
Well, I think it's got eye sockets, you know. I don't think we've been
Yeah,
there.
they look very thin. Have you ever tried to look at anything
Which Elder
through...
Scroll did you say it was?
Oh, he gave us some words about it. He said it was something to do with...
Sunfirst?
Well, no, that's what he gave us, but I think he said it was something to do with... Do you want to save? He said it was something to do with,
Blood.
Oh, yeah. Did you save? Please save.
Don't need to.
Please, I'm going to be so nervous
There's
if you
no way
don't.
we're going to die here.
Please save. Fine, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you.
Right. Elder Scroll Blood.
Yeah, this is what reading feels like. From what I remember, anyway, of reading. Or do we just keep doing that?
I think that was all three scrolls, the idea.
Oh, seed pots count towards completion and rest two in the whole game, so you'll find both pot and seed. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Hello, 12E. Like some sort of riff.
This is the reach, right? That's...
This is what it feels like to chew 5 books.
Yeah.
Jokes on you, 12E, there's only 3.
Yeah, it's a map.
It's a map. Is that the only one we have to read?
We read all of them.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's why. I thought we were just reading the same one
I think
over and
that
over
was
again.
a map of the reach and then up to Solitude. I could be wrong.
That felt strange. Thank you for the sub 12, by the way. 21 months. So many months. Frankly, once you hit the 2 anythings. I mean, I'm 21 years old.
I didn't get Darkfall Cave out of that, but sure.
Sure. Well, yeah, but we didn't read it, did we? We just saw. Reading this is so beyond our comprehension that we just simply had to interpret.
Oh.
It did. The game was giving us a translation of what Caliban has just experienced because it was simply too much for mortal eyes.
Yes, that's fair.
Should we ask what she knows about the bow? We got new Serana dialogue. We have to do it.
It shows up from time to time, but it's a hard thing to track. As far as I know, though, it's never been.
Okay, that would be a new one. Interesting. These days you're so busy, you basically just tune into stuff. Thank you, 12E. But don't worry about it if you're busy. I understand being very, very busy. Cannot blame you for that. I hope you're busy in a good way. Like, I hope you're enjoying. Oh!
Yeah, I'm talking.
What? Where did you come from? We're in a sacred glade, my gargoyle friend. What? Can you, maybe you should heal. Yikes. You truly do not remember this quest at all? I mean, is it possible you didn't do it? It is technically DLC. Like, free DLC, but still.
Oh, well, that was easy.
Was that all of them?
Well, all of them for now. Anyway, Serana. Where were we?
Yeah, Serana. What do you know about the bow?
Not much.
Let's pick that back up again.
Honestly, so rude.
As far as I know, though, it's never
been a new one. Oriel is one of the elven gods. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Supposedly, the bow draws its energy from the sun itself.
Uh-huh.
Why it shows up in that prophecy.
What does it do?
I don't know. Once we have it, hopefully it'll be obvious.
Okay, well I suppose we just go get it
then. I guess
then.
it's a means of drawing some energy from the sun. If you drew enough energy, you could...
You could kill vampire?
Well, doesn't he want to blot out the sun?
Yes he does.
So, I guess with enough alteration and corruption, you can make it so it...
Oh, and that's why he wants it to... yeah, okay. You've never done any DLC in Skyrim for as much as you played the game. You really should give it a try. I mean, there's 2, right? Do not get... Fuck! You got Vampirus!
Look, try and fight these guys without getting it at all. Like, they just do the slightest bit of soldering on you.
This is so upsetting.
It happens,
I don't want to be a vampire. You better find a shrine ASAP.
We've got like 8 healing potions on us. It's fine.
We've only got like a couple of cure disease. And yeah, we can make more, but why should we have to? Shouldn't be contracting it in the first place. But yeah, no, there's 2 DLC as far as I'm aware. There's this one, which is the one with Serana, which is wonderful. And then there's just like an entire new...
There's technically 3 DLCs.
Okay, what's the third one?
It's Hearthfire, which unlocks like the building your own house and shit like that.
Oh, damn, okay.
But yeah, it's Hearthfire, it's Dawnguard, it's this one. And then the other one is it just called Dragon Ball, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Which is Solstheim and all that jazz.
Solstheim. And Solstheim's like this entire new area. Like it's like a whole new little zone. Are we potentially approaching a good point to end the stream, by the way?
Yes, quite possibly.
How far away is this area we're heading to?
Oh yeah, we knew its like exact location apparently, so...
And is it far? That's quite far.
It is quite far.
It's the direction we're heading. I think it might be better to end the stream here then, before we keep going.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh, trash me, Amiga.
Hang on, I just wanna...
Oh, there's another Avarice and it's hard. I found the first one hard enough. I think I only managed to get through it in a couple tries because of sheer force of will. This is a pretty place to end as well.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's lovely. Get a wonderful view of Skyrim.
Bloody Mountain.
Bloody Mountain. They should rename it to that. I mean, after we save Skyrim, I really think that they should be willing to do whatever we want. And if our one request is to rename that mountain...
You'd hope so, but they still intercept you as you walk around with stupid requests to do things.
They do. They're constantly sending us up that mountain. Did you save?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, okay. In that case, apologies for anyone who showed up for me to be like, hi, how you doing? Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now, but it's warm in the UK and I am tired, so because of that, I'm going to end the stream. But I will be back on Monday with more Death's Door, which I've been very much enjoying. Oh, yawn. I am sleepy. I'm very sleepy. It's been a long day. I went to the gym. I ran like 1.5k in 10 minutes, which is pretty good for me, actually. I'm quite a slow runner. I watched the new animated Dill film. I don't even know which one you mean by that, but yes, you should. It's content made exactly for you. But yeah, I'll be back on Monday with Death's Door. I'll be back on Wednesday with Twilight Princess, where we will actually do the final fight against Ganon. And ideally win, which means more Zelda tennis. And then she'll be back next Saturday for Skyrim. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. Oh, there might be a reason why we wouldn't.
I might not. Well, we should be able to.
Should be able to, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think we'll be.
We're very busy.
Yeah, I'm busy, but we should be able to probably.
That sounds pretty good, Trash. I don't even think I'd heard of that. I might add that to my list. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their evening and enjoys the rest of their weekend. Get as much rest as you can. And until I see you all again, XOXO, go piss, girl.